trivia glory. You can win even if you get the answer wrong. Come play against me in Chris versus the Fans on 97.3 The Fan.
KWFN and KWFN HD1 San Diego.
This is Fernando Tatis Jr.
A leadoff home run for Fernando. Second pitch of the night.
The Padres play here on San Diego's #1 sports station. 97.3 The Fan and Odyssey Sports Station. The workday is coming to an end.
It is 5 o'clock. I will see you all tomorrow.
But Gwynn and Chris are just getting started.
Sports talk it is.
Your hosts, Tony Gwynn Jr.
You know what? It fits in line with your like of sports.
and Chris Ello.
Kind of rooting for you in the Fantabulous Sports Game Show until a moment ago. Now I hope you get your butt wiped again.
Oh, wow. That means something else.
It's time to get you up to speed on all things sports.
Yes!
With plenty of nonsense in between.
Oh, look! Here comes our fearless producer!
Gwynn and Chris starts right now on 97.3 The Fan.
First pitch, Ramin swings, lines it into center field. That'll do it. Freddie Fermin walks it off as Bryce Johnson scores, and the Padres are headed back to the playoffs in 2025.
It was never going to be easy, but the Padres walk it off in the best possible way. Indeed it did. Freddie Fermin with the walk-off single. Padres clinch a playoff spot and now can kind of, play a little looser. Seemed like they had really been grinding away trying to get that job done. They get it done last night in walk-off fashion, and the celebration commenced, albeit a much more reserved celebration, I would say, compared to the previous years. But nonetheless, Chris, they get it done against a very, very good Milwaukee. That was a really good game last night. I don't know if we were all caught up in the fact that, the Padres were trying to, clinch a playoff spot. But outside of maybe the umpiring, it was pretty well-played game on both sides. And it continues to be that way when these two teams match up against one another.
Yeah,
They've all been one-run deficits. All but one game. I think the Padres won 2-0 in one of those matchups. But another highly contested game, good baseball game. Padres came out on top, though, Chris.
Yeah, a couple of things, Tony. First of all, great job by you last night down in the locker room. I posted as many pictures as I could on Twitter. I know Scraby's.
Can you send me some of the pictures?
Sure.
I mean, Scraby got the video. I don't have it. I want some still shots.
Yeah, I'll get you some shots, but
Thank you,
I think everybody's got to look at Tony's outfit first of all. I think
Boy
you're
was
set for
prepared.
Halloween. I think you're set for Halloween, Tony. Just wear
The
that
boy was
around.
prepared.
He's gonna be the guy from I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Yeah, no kidding, man. You wear that for Halloween, they may arrest you, but
the black version.
Chris, there was
he was
an
on
actual
the prowl last night getting interviews and doing a great job down in the locker room.
There was an ordeal with the outfit before everybody came in because Tony was wearing like a clear poncho.
So
and he said no.
shout out to the TV crew.
Oh wait, what? They didn't let him wear. They didn't want you to wear a clear poncho.
No. I had a clear, cheap poncho. Right. One of the ones that look,
it's like a Ziploc bag.
Okay, yeah.
I was offered one of these really nice button-up ones, a little thick. They even had the button on the sleeve so I could tighten my sleeve so the water.
Goodness, yeah.
Liquid wouldn't. It didn't work, by the way, but nonetheless, I was prepared. I had goggles.
Oh no, you were totally. You were so incognito though in your outfit. I came down to the locker room and I couldn't find you, and the locker room's not that big, and I'm trying to locate you. And finally, Sam Levitt was able to direct me over where you were. But very good job. You got all the interviews, and I hope people tuned in last night. We'll play some of those today. I know Manny you got, and Jake and AJ Preller, and it's good to see everybody happy. It really is. I do want to talk about the game itself for just a second because I turned to Scraby late in the game because we were watching upstairs. I said, you know what? If this wasn't a clinching game, this is a great game. It was just a great game. There were chances to score every inning, runners left on base, big hits, and
great
two-out stuff,
plays.
defense. I don't know, Jake made an incredible play on a diving backhand. And then I think it was Monasterio from Milwaukee saved the game. So it was a great game. And so those are, to me, it's a fun to win it that way. But it's just good to see everybody happy. I mean, look, I've been going through this morning. I mean, back in April, lost 4 in a row. There's a May stretch, lost 6 in a row. There's one in June, lost 6 out of 7. Then you go into the second half of the season, and we know, that started to fall apart a little bit. And, I just, from my perspective, and I'm sure from yours, Tony and Scraby, a 4-game streak here, a 5-game streak, and swept by Baltimore and all these things that happen. At the end, you come out in the sun. You did it. You came out on top at the end of all of it. And, it was a struggle. I think you said it right in your commentary right there after the final out, Tony. And that is, it was never going to be easy. And it wasn't. But that sometimes makes it all the more worthwhile when you're done.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we do this to ourselves every year, right?
Yeah.
I think we go through the course of the season and they'll have a 6-game losing streak, and we all freak out. And they go to the next month, they lose 6 or 7, and we all freak out. But then at the end, you look up, you're in the playoffs again for the first back-to-back for the first time in 19 years. And so I think that this team I think they recognize the difficulty in their season this year and that it didn't go smooth. I mean, at no point did it ever really feel, outside of Nick Pivetta, that they've had their pitching staff set. It seemed like somebody or multiple people were out. You kind of had to hover while Jake had his ribs broken and Jackson had his hamstring, only for Jackson to come back and then have another injury and have to miss some time. You missed Bogey for some time. They've endured a lot throughout the course of the season, and here they are, still fighting, still with an outside chance of a division, but nonetheless, they're in the playoffs, which is really the thing that I think matters most at this point.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of things about these playoffs. Let's take a look at it just as from a wide angle lens. The Brewers right now would have to win all 5 of their remaining games
to get to 100.
To 100.
Yeah.
So unless they do that, no team in baseball this year is going to have 100. And only the Brewers and probably the Phillies are even going to have 95.
Right.
So what does that tell you? It tells you it's pretty wide open.
Yeah.
There's no great teams. There's a lot of really good teams. There's a lot of teams that have good players and star performances, but everybody's got issues somewhere.
Yeah.
The Brewers, I think, a little inexperience combined with the fact that they've kind of been to this point before and haven't been able to get it done. The Phillies are still without Zach Wheeler, and they're going to be without him. We don't know about Trey Turner. On the American League side, I mean, all of the teams there are certainly imperfect in one way or the other. The Dodgers, you always have to be concerned and considered, but their bullpen has been a travesty. Even the Cubs, who the Padres are probably going to play, any Cub fan will tell you that this team did not hit a lick in the second half of the season, and they haven't had a great bullpen either. They've also currently lost 4 in a row, if you're wondering. So every team, has issues, and I think whichever team, is able to handle those, navigate those issues, is going to come out in the end. And I do think the Padres are well prepared to try and do it because they've been navigating this kind of stuff all year.
Yeah, I think that, unlike last year where, quite frankly, there were 3 teams that everybody was talking about. It was the Yankees out of the American League, and it was either the Padres or the Dodgers last year going into the playoffs. This year is as you said, it is wide open. I don't know that there is a runaway favorite on either side this year. And so that should make for a very intriguing, fun playoff run. But just to go back to what you started with was the game in itself last night. I mean, everything you could want. You got some good pitching from two of the best pitchers in the league, literally, this season. Outside of Paul Skeens, you had some hitting, you had some timely hitting, you had some great defense, quality baseball game, and you get that when two teams are at a high level trying to do something. Yesterday for the Pods, they were trying to certainly clinch that playoff spot. I have no doubt that Murph is pushing these dudes to try to get to that C note, that 100. It's going to be tough now. You got to win all 5 of these bad boys. And, but good baseball all around yesterday. Fun night.
I loved I think one of the plays of the night was a play that in the end did not get made, but Iglesias short hopping the ball, spinning around and throwing in one motion. If that ball had been 1 inch lower, then they get the tag down and they get Terang sliding in. That was an unbelievable play.
Did you see how he slid, though? He slid in a way where he could get his foot down and it was like his knee hit, his foot hit, and he was up already throwing that ball to home plate. It was the fact that they even had a play at home on that particular ball.
Amazing. And that's a fast runner right there. Terang is as fast as they get.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. If Terang isn't running, whoever it is out at this point.
No, unbelievable play. We've been seeing this with Iglesias and his quick hands all year. Cronenworth makes the diving stop, traps the runner off second. I just, keep showing me the analytics that say he covers no ground, and, you can
most underrated player on this team.
Yeah, you go ahead and take those analytics with you because he makes the play almost every single time. It was a really fun game. Look, I almost wanted to go give the guy a hug in the locker room, but he was too doused with, champagne. But I almost wanted to tell him, I don't know whether you know this or not, but for whatever reason, you have seemed like people have picked on you way too much this year. And, he's right in the middle of it with the tying single last night, Tony. I feel good for him. And he's also one of the happiest, most friendly guys you'd ever want to meet. I know everybody that, continues to rip this guy. If they ever got a chance to meet him, they would change their tune in about 2 seconds. So I'm just, Mike Schilt, everybody, AJ, it's good to see. These guys really pour their heart and soul into this every year. We do as fans. And for one night, you get to enjoy it, and you should enjoy it. I saw some people say, well, you always party getting a wild card berth. Well, yeah, you do, because it's a whole year's worth of work put in to get it.
Those people are very unhappy.
Yeah. Just be mad.
Just I did get a message last night saying, well, why are these guys even celebrating? They're going to be one and done in the playoffs. I'm like, because they made the playoffs. That's why they're celebrating, dummy.
You should block those people. I don't care if they're your friends. Straight, block them.
They
never
are
have
my
to
friends.
hear from them again.
I would block people. I would block people if I ever knew how to actually do that.
In the month of September, Luis is hitting it with runners in scoring position. He's hitting 476. So all of that. Throughout the course of the season, he hit 290, which is well above average, but not his standards. Last year, I think he was 360, for the entire year. So I think that's why people have felt like his year has been way different. He's about 11 points, 12 points off of what he hit last year, but in runners in scoring position, it's been down. It's been down almost 100 points from where it was last year. But in the month of September, he's been money. So hopefully that's a sign of things to come, as we saw last night, another big knock to tie it. So let's get to break. We got more to talk about. ABS. It's coming.
Anti-lock brake system?
No. Not the anti-lock brake system. We'll get into it on the other side. More Gwynn and Chris.
Gambling problem? Call 1.
These things, it even tells you, hey, there's a canyon over here, don't hit it here.
Scraby from about 45 feet.
His caddy tells him to play it a little to the right. He's been playing well so far today. Fourth hole. Nice smooth delivery. Hit it too hard.
Sasquatch.
So Chris says that he can't play golf, but this is the second birdie putt he's made for us. This time it was like 20 feet.
Thank you very much, Greg. But once again, you're hitting some very nice shots as well. I'm not used to complimentary to you, but can't help but be complimentary. Your shot making today.
With my what?
Your shot making. You hit some.
These things. It even tells you, hey, there's a canyon over here. Don't hit it here.
Scraby from about 45 feet. His caddy tells him to play it a little to the right. He's been playing well so far today. Fourth hole. Nice smooth delivery. Hit it too hard.
Sasquatch.
So Chris says that he can't play golf, but this is the second birdie putt he's made for us. This time it was like 20 feet.
Thank you very much, Greg. But once again, you're hitting some very nice shots as well. I'm not used to complimentary to you, but can't help but be complimentary. Your shot making today.
With my what?
Your shot making. You hit some.
These things. It even tells you, hey, there's a canyon over here. Don't hit it here.
Scraby from about 45 feet. His caddy tells him to play it a little to the right. He's been playing well so far today. Fourth hole. Nice smooth delivery. Hit it too hard.
All I can say is I love you, I'm proud of you. This has been a tough road for this club. This has not been an easy road at all. It usually never is, but this has been a grinding son of a and you guys are some tough dogs. You guys are some bad dudes, and I love you and I respect the heck out of you. Tonight's indicative of it. If you fight like you did tonight, no one will beat us.
Mike Schilt summed it up pretty well there. And if you're wondering, by the way, why you don't hear a lot of complaints from the players about Mike Schilt, there's your answer right there, Tony Gwynn Jr. He believes in these guys, and that wasn't just speak from him last night as much as it was continuing a message that he has been passing along all year. And so those are not hollow words to anybody.
No, that's how he talks all the time. And so that's why those dudes will run through a brick wall for him. And, you know, they pay no attention to the chatter outside. Maybe Mike does more than the players do. But certainly those guys, they don't care what we all have to say and how our feelings are about the certain way things are done, because they trust Mike Schilt. They trust Ruben Niebla. They trust AJ Preller. And you know, I think sometimes when, you know, all the time, I think this is across the board for every family that you are a part of, right? You're around each other enough, you're going to be annoyed, you're going to have some arguments, some things are going to pop up, you feeling away, but ultimately they know when it gets down to it, who's got their back. And that's what you heard from Mike there, as I said, is something he's been saying all year. That's how he talks to each and every one of those guys. There's not a player on that team that he doesn't have an individual relationship with, from the first guy to the 26th guy or 27th guy, whatever it is right now. But yeah, I think that's what you heard right there.
Yeah, it was a great speech. I mean, I could listen to it over and over again. And, you know, you talked about the 26th guy on the team, Tony, whoever that might be. We were talking about some of the great plays last night. We were remiss in not mentioning Bryce Johnson's remarkable diving catch down the left field line. That was so good, it broke the famous star. Hanging a star from the booth.
It broke the star.
What happened there?
Not only did it break the star, right, but it threw. I was rattled from the star being broke. So when Jake made that play in the 10th, I had to ad-lib and just kind of grab the short string, and no one saw it, I think, because it didn't really hang out the window. So he got a star on that too. I don't know if anybody's noticed it.
Okay,
I went to grab the pole again, and then I realized it was broke. So then I had to kind of figure it out from there.
Chris and I look over.
Yeah, the star looked like it landed on some poor guy's head down there.
And Tony's like out the window trying to get the star.
Yeah, it was a production.
Thankfully, the fans were there to help give me the star back so that we could.
That's
kind of put it together again.
That could have been a disaster.
That's a memorabilia item right there.
You know what?
Right?
If somebody would run off with
there are people out there that would have not given that star back. Like, are you kidding me? I'm keeping this thing?
If somebody would run off with the star, I see Dave Marcus flying out of the booth.
Oh, look, we got to get a sneak peek of what's happening up there with Mr. Marcus.
Oh, is he fixing it right now? Oh, he is.
Oh, let's
He's got a real rope, not yarn like we've been using for the last 27 years.
No kidding. You know, the star's been there for 25 years. It's put together with like, you know, something from
it does
Walmart
have like
or
Scotch
something.
tape on it. For how important the star is, it's not an important prop.
You would think we have one fan somewhere who is, you know, would be capable of putting the star together in a way that it.
That's
would be
how we
solid.
got it originally. Was somebody in like their class put one together, and it has lasted, I don't know, 30 years at least.
That's
at least.
insane.
Yeah.
And it, by the way, it didn't. I shouldn't say that it lasted. It has been, I don't know how the best way. It has been
seen better days.
I mean, there's so much that's Scotch tape, electric tape on this bad boy.
Can we talk about the fact that he got that rope at the serial killer store?
Did he get like a real rope that just looks like it's
he got the whole serial killer kit.
Oh my goodness. He's got
scissors, black tape, rope.
Where's his
They
tarp?
call him the Hang-a-Star Killer.
The Hang-a-Star Killer. That is amazing.
It does look like the freaking starter kit for serial killers.
I think without bothering Tony and Jesse and everybody, somebody who actually knows what the hell they're doing ought to try to, you know, drop by below the booth one night and offer to fix this thing up once and for all.
I don't think we need it. Dave Marcus is.
You think you're counting on Dave? Okay.
I'm counting on Dave. Listen, he had that thing. I don't know how that yarn stayed together as long as it did, quite frankly.
Yeah. Well, the Star definitely got to work out last night as the Padres win a thriller 5-4. There is another game tonight, and it's certainly worth playing, at least for the time being, right? The Dodgers are 2.5 ahead. They still have to play, two really good teams on the road. They're playing at Arizona and then at Seattle.
Arizona gives them fits, too.
Sure. I mean, those are 6 games. Now, I'm saying conceivably, the Dodgers could lose 2 out of 3 in both those series. And if they do, the Padres could win the division by winning out. And again, it's a long shot, but to me, as long as it's there, you got to play for it. And, go out there, try and win another ball game tonight. So we'll have all of that stuff. Scraby is cobbled together some of Tony's really good interviews. Then we're going to have AJ Preller coming up here in the next segment. You'll hear AJ after the game last night, and you'll hear Manny a little later, and Jake Cronenworth a little later. So we'll have all that stuff. One other thing we should talk about, Tony, a bit of a developing situation, as it were, but certainly not, we didn't forget about him, but notably absent last night from the celebration, of course, was Fernando. He was there on FaceTime with a lot of the guys. And you said earlier that you thought the celebration was a little subdued. I thought, well, it might have just been because Fernando wasn't there. He normally leads the way. But, I at least read that they're doing some testing on him to make sure he's okay or doesn't have COVID. So this is something to keep a little eye on. Hopefully he'll be okay by the end of the week. But
it's to me, the thing that stands out about that is how much different clubhouses are. Now you get sick, they like stay away, don't even come in. I don't know if that ever happened when I was playing. Like if you were sick, you still had to show up. Like and you had to be like, needing like to be rolled in there in order for them to be like, all right, go ahead and go home. We'll catch you tomorrow. You just stayed in the locker room getting everybody else sick usually. Now they're much wiser about it. And
I think but even if you wanted to be there, they wouldn't even let Fernando come last night.
No, not at all.
Did you see that Dennis Lynn tweeted Fernando told AJ Preller that AJ needs to take his shirt off because Fernando wasn't there, and he usually does that.
Yeah, and AJ did not oblige to take his shirt off.
But Manny did.
Drenched.
So.
Manny always has his shirt off.
Manny was he was on cloud 9 last night, and he kept. Okay, so there's this bottle of something that he was pouring around the clubhouse, and I was like, I have no idea what that is. Maybe it's sake. It looked like a big sake bottle. It wasn't sake.
Sure, Manny's walking around with sake.
I know. It's ridiculous.
It was Clase Azul.
Yes.
Tequila.
Apparently, this is like one of the most delicious, most
expensive
creme of tequila. And he was just pouring it down people's throats like we were in TJ.
Mid-interview, too. Like,
for me,
I had Freddie Fermin had to take a pause from our interview to get his Clase Azul.
Who was your favorite interview, Tony? If you had to go through, you did just about every player on the team, I think.
I miss Luis, which I was trying to get to, but he was tough to get. AJ was probably my favorite interview. Him and Manny's interview. I loved Iglesias' interview as well. But I'd say AJ was probably my favorite.
I heard a lot of props for Estrada. I didn't see any of his interviews, but people said that he was a lot of fun after the game.
He said something about tacos, I heard. See, I'm standing like 3 feet from Tony, but I have no idea what they're talking about.
It was. I mean, if I didn't have that headphones on, I wouldn't have.
I guess he said, where are the tacos at?
Well, you can never have too many of those fun celebrations. And look, 4 more of those, and we'll have our parade. So it's a long road, and it's probably going to start in Chicago next Tuesday. People say, well, the Padres have this concern and that concern. I feel pretty good about going with Pivetta in the opener. I feel pretty good about Darvish and King after that.
As you just highlighted, everybody has concerns. It's not
that's right.
Like the Padres are rolling into the series and they're like the only ones with concern. Cubs have concerns too. They're not scoring at all. So
you're right. You are right, and the Padres bullpen is going to be right there. I think going to give them an advantage. So let's have some fun. And we've already had some fun. Let's have a little bit more fun. And we would remind everybody that's the 9th playoff berth in 57 years So to not take at least a minute to enjoy it and appreciate it would be kind of silly, if you ask me. So,
yeah.
All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, we got Tony in his interview with AJ Preller in the clubhouse last night. And also we got a Monday night football game that, among other things, had me on the edge of my couch last night, pleading.
What time was this?
For a miracle. And we'll talk about what happened there and all the Monday night football, because it was a pretty good game last night, Detroit and Baltimore. So all that's coming up. Stick around, Gwynn and Chris.
The biggest guests in
Yes, indeed. 2:35 on the clock. Tony Gwynn Jr. Chris, on this Tuesday afternoon, the day after the Padres have clinched their wild card spot, looking to do more damage with the final 5 games of the season. I teased it before we did our last segment. We didn't get to it, but Major League Baseball has announced the ABS system will indeed be here in 2026. Yes.
Wait a second, Tony. Look in the camera.
I'm looking.
Oh, Chris is calling for a review.
Calling for a review on that idea.
This was coming. I think, I don't know. To me, Major League Baseball kind of switching up and changing courses in this is a little weird, but I think ultimately it'll be all right. How much it's needed, I think that's a reasonable question to ask, but nonetheless, it's coming, and we'll get a chance to Jesse and I got to experience it during spring training in Arizona. Seemed to work pretty well during that point, and so it'll be here in all. Each team will get 2 challenges. If they're able to keep those being successful, they'll keep a challenge. Basically, extra innings, you'll be given another challenge. But yes, indeed, it's coming.
Yeah, we'll talk about it a little bit more. I know Scraby has it in the Big 5, so we'll get a little more detailed into it. I will say this: if you were either at the game or saw the game last night, it couldn't come too soon, right? I mean,
yesterday might have been the reason why they announced it.
They might have said, we better announce this tomorrow. Yeah, we better announce this tomorrow. The poor who was it last night? Ortiz or
Roberto Ortiz.
Yeah,
I kept having to go to my phone to show. Chris and I wanted to see where the pitch was, and I was like,
he was missing a lot.
It wasn't that he was missing a lot. I mean, a couple of them were atrocious. Like, I don't know how someone didn't curse him out right then and there. And if it wasn't such a important game or, 2 teams competing, someone probably would have got ejected last night.
Yeah, it was that kind of night. So, we'll see. It's going to be an adjustment, but we said this about every other rule change. So for now, I'm giving baseball the benefit of the doubt, and I'm going to assume it's going to work next year. But I think it'll take teams at least through the month of April to figure out, exactly when and where they want to use it.
Yeah.
Because if you're wrong, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but let's say you try twice in the first inning and you're wrong both times. Now you're actually at a disadvantage now for the next 8 innings. So teams will have to, figure all that out. But
I think it's going to work. Nowadays, I think when we first got the challenge for some of the other replays, everybody would just challenge when they could. Now you very rarely see early inning challenges. That kind of has evolved as, you don't want to blow your challenge in the first or second inning. You'd rather have it late or a little bit later at least. And that kind of, you see a lot more calls that are questionable not get challenged in the first couple innings. And that comes from, experience of having it. So I think you're right. It's going to evolve. People are going to figure out best ways to use it. But it's coming nonetheless.
Get ready. Yeah. More changes in baseball.
Get ready.
Yeah.
Scrabe, are we doing an interview right here? We doing AJ?
I thought, because I went through some of your interviews this morning, and I thought you and AJ had a really good conversation, because AJ is kind of the behind the scenes guy, even though his name's all over it. But it's nice to hear from him when something good happens to the team, I think.
It's also good to just see him looking like he's a little relaxed, at least for 10 minutes of his life. He can put a smile on his face and, kind of let his guard down a little bit, Tony.
Yeah, he doesn't do that very often.
No,
and,
of course.
I think that's just kind of how GMs are built in general. They don't really let you in, and probably for good reason. probably for good reason. But we did get a chance to talk. Here's that interview from last night. AJ, this season started off amazingly well, and it kind of had to tread water there in the middle part of the season. You go out, you make the moves to improve this ball club. Is this part of what you envisioned when you went out and made those moves?
Yeah, I think, we played great ball to start the season. Hopefully we start the year and end the year playing our best ball of the year. And, I think the deadline, we need to round the club out. So we thought we had a team that could get to this point. probably, knew we needed some reinforcements. Our baseball ops team did a great job. I think seeing Freddie get the big hit tonight was fun to watch. I think it was all part of the puzzle, honestly, just rounding out the team.
I mean, throughout the course of the season, different things that popped up in terms of what you guys needed to add or what you needed to improve. Talk about this coaching staff, because they seem to pull a lot of things out of guys that hadn't reached the potential that we've seen them reach this year.
Yeah, I mean, you look at Gavin Sheets that comes here with the opportunity, talking to Schulte, Victor, Mike McCoy's done an unbelievable job with Gavin. You see guys like, at the end of the day, you look at the bullpen piece of Davey Morgan coming up through the organization, coming right into the mix in the big leagues. Schulte every day. It's every day to talk about what that baseball excellence looks like. It's a teaching class. The group is like, it's a thankless job. They're here at noon every day. They're the last guys to leave. It's a huge part of our success is our coaching staff. And when you can give them talented players and then see those guys achieve and overachieve, that's a testament to the work the staff does every day.
Probably one of the moves that doesn't get talked about enough is you bring Nick Pivetta in kind of last minute. You had to get creative. Just talk about that signing and how big it was for this ball club.
Yeah, it's kind of fitting he's on the mound today in a clinching game because he's been that guy all year long. I think he was a guy throughout the offseason kind of monitoring his market. And, with Joe's injury, Musgrove being out, we knew we were a little short on starting pitching side. And, we got to February and, a guy like Pavetta still out there who our R&D teams talked about for the last few years is a guy that we thought we could take to a different level. And he's become here and been unbelievable, been the ace of the staff. It's great to see him out there.
Can we talk about Manny Machado? I mean, you got to see him reach some career highs this year. This was your first real big signing you brought here, and now for the first time in 19 years, this team is going to back-to-back playoff appearances. This has got to be kind of all coming together. Obviously, there's a big prize at the end that you want to get to, but this has got to feel right now.
Yeah, it can really go around the room and talk about, thought process and where we're at with trades, free agent signings. But obviously, bringing Manny here to San Diego, you're bringing a superstar in the prime of his career. In a city where kind of people were used to those superstars going out the other way. You've seen it all life. To do it where Manny came in, he was kind of that first piece, that foundational piece. We talked about in Havana Harry's and Coral Gables when we were kind of doing our recruiting pitch, myself and Yaine and Manny, this being the norm. And at that time, it was a little bit more of a dream and a vision, but Manny bought in. He wanted to be a part of it. Everybody knows he's the guy here, and he's the one that kind of started this whole thing. And to see him year in, year out.
Sounds like Manny has intercepted AJ.
He has indeed. Last one. AJ, you have introduced a portion of Padre fans to some of the best years of Padre baseball. And as I said, I know there's an ultimate goal, but how do you feel? You've been kind of the one spearheading on that. I know you don't like to talk about yourself, but I think you got to on this one.
I know Jesse and you talk about these being the golden years. That was the idea. And I think when Peter Ron sat down with our group in 2016, it was, hey, when we get to 2020, we want to be good year in, year out this decade. It's just fun to bring a lot of joy to the fans of San Diego. We have such a good organization, such a good group. It's great to be a part of it. Got some steps to do now. It's like getting in is the start. Now it's all about trying to win that World Series ring and go put a flag here in San Diego.
Dry up. Enjoy yourself, brother.
He definitely enjoyed himself. I don't know if he dried up, though, Tony.
Yeah, no, he didn't. I didn't dry up, so there's no way he dried.
Right.
He had guys coming over, interrupting interviews to just dump more beer on him. It was
for sure.
It was perfect. Chris, I just want to ask you this because this happened a long time ago. You said it, and it just sticks in my head to this day. This was probably around 2020. It would have when the Padres first got there. We were doing a show, and you said something along the lines: "All I want is to be playing meaningful baseball in September."
Yeah.
And you fast forward from 2020 till now, Padres have played meaningful baseball in every one of those years come September. Now, in a couple of those years, it didn't end up rolling the right way, but all the games in September have been meaningful really since 2020. And having a back-to-back season, because going into the year, I also distinctly remember AJ talking about that being the next step, and it might have been one of the interviews with us, or it might have been with Ben and Woodsy, but he said that was the next step. It was like, can we do it back-to-back years? We've been doing it every other year. Can we do it in back-to-back? And they checked that box last night.
You know, you and I have been doing it 8 years now, Tony, our 8th season of Padre baseball. We've had this show, and we haven't had to do a fill-in. You know, what are we going to talk about today? Because there's no Padres for 7 years. Right. So that is pretty, fortunate. And I think about that. And I know the fans and all of us, we have our moments where we're upset, frustrated. But yes, I don't think fans have the right. I know they want to think they do. But you don't have the right to expect a championship every year. It is hard to get. All these other teams are out there trying to do the same thing. But I do think as a fan, you have a right to expect that your team can play meaningful games.
Yes.
And to that end, the Padres have accomplished it. They have hardly played one game in the last 6 seasons that didn't mean anything. And I just think that's great. And you look at the fans have returned the favor. Let's not forget, last night was the 67th sellout out of 79 home games. So, you fans right there every step of the way. And I saw a couple of things last night, Tony, that you tell me about often and I don't get to see, because I get to hear all the criticism of Arise and on and on and on, and the texts and the tweets. But when he was introduced before the game to get a Hustle Award,
yep,
he ran out on the field and there were 60,000 or 40,000 cheers for this guy. There was nobody booing him. It was total love and respect for one of our guys. So I really saw that. And when Nick Pivetta was taken out of the game, I saw people saluting his season, because they all knew I think our fans take an unfair criticism as, maybe these fans don't, the St. Louis fans are smart and these fans are smart. And hey, look, our fans knew what Nick Pivetta's meant to this team. And they showed it when he came out of that game.
I noticed that too. It was different. It was more of a salute for the year, and that you're probably going to, next time you see him, it's probably going to be on the mound in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? That'll be the next time you get a chance to see him pitch. And so, those two things definitely stood out to me as well. When Luis came out for the Hustle, it was the Hustle Award that they give out. He was the recipient of it. Yeah. Big ovation. And then when Pivetta came off, same thing. They stood in salute of him. Not because he had his best night here, because, as good as he pitched, he certainly has had better nights. I think that was definitely a salute to the year.
No question.
It's really hard to boo someone when you have 12 bobbleheads of them in your hand, too.
Get out of here, Scraby. Goodness
what
gracious.
I'm saying, what you're not understanding what I'm saying is that people took home those bobbleheads like it was no one's business. And
yeah.
There were not bobbleheads laying around on the ground. There was like at least 12 of them I saw in one fan's hand. Again, I will bring this up every single time. What do you need 12 bobbleheads for? No one's going to pay you money for a lot of money.
Someone's going
for the Luis Arise bobblehead. Okay?
By the way,
a 12 Luis Arise bobblehead sounds like a hustle to me. That doesn't sound like you're enjoying.
When you're saying hustle, it's just keeping up with all the bobbleheads you have to sell to make any sort of money on it. Anyway, sorry, Chris.
If you out there do have 12 bobbleheads and you take your bobbleheads out of the box and you don't know what to do with the empty box,
Send them to Scraby.
Listen to the Big Five later today. I'm just saying.
You guys are so
I'm just
funny.
saying.
To the baby hoarder over here.
Yes, we have a new hoarder on the show. We'll get into that.
You've never seen my episode of Hoarders?
I'm sure we're going to see you very soon, buddy.
I would think you'd be on
much
next season.
Better. I went through my room like maybe a year ago, and I probably threw away 40, 50 pounds worth of stuff.
You guys are going to find out in the Big Five that Scraby needs a lot of work in that area.
He needs some help, ladies and gentlemen.
Real quick, Tony, I know you got to get ready for the game tonight, and I know you were knee-deep in Padres, but I don't know if you saw any highlights, but this was a hell of a good Monday Night Football game. Once again, the Ravens make the one big mistake at the end of the game to lose the game.
Yeah.
And this is becoming their identity, unfortunately, for them right now. It was Derrick Henry's fumble that really turned the game at the end. And
it's three games he's had a fumble, a big fumble.
Yeah.
The 2 games it's cost him. And so, yeah, I mean, listen, I think Lamar Jackson has 9 tubs and no interceptions, and they're 1-2.
Yeah, he's been doing his thing, but he did not throw the ball to Zay Flowers last night.
No, he did.
And
Someone else was in here asking about Zay. Oh, did you come in here asking about Zay Flowers? Somebody else was asking it. Oh, was you asking about Zay Flowers last night? It was Dave. Dave also has Zay Flowers.
Well, let me tell you, I have Zay Flowers.
I'm sorry, Daniel. His son has Zay Flowers.
And I have the Detroit kicker, who got a minus point for trying a 67-yard field goal earlier in the game. And I came into the game last night needing only 11 points to win. You would think that was a gimme. And I got 11.5. Thanks only to the last extra point that Detroit kicked with a minute to go in the game. So Zay Flowers caused me a lot of agony last night, and I probably wasn't the only one out there. But anyway, came out of it okay. And as a result, there's only 2 3-0 teams in our league, and we're talking to each other right now. Gravy can't say anything.
Oh,
only 2-1.
Yeah, I'm right over here.
You're only 2-1.
But guess what? I took down Sammy Lev last night.
You knocked him.
I
from
was
the
down
ranks.
42 points, and I ended up winning by 20.
Who'd you have last night?
Oh, I had everyone.
He had everybody.
I had Lamar Jackson, Jameer Gibbs.
He had everybody.
Sam
He
Laporta.
had everybody not named Zay Flowers.
I mean, I can't be too mad at Jameer Gibbs because he did get me like 20-something points, but David Montgomery is a problem for my fantasy.
He steals your touchdowns.
Jameer Gibbs.
He steals your touchdowns.
Every single time.
Anyway, good win for the Lions, though. After losing their opener, they're back and looking good at 2-1 as Week 3 came to a close. In the National Football League, a couple of quick stories. I know we've been all celebrating Padres, but there are some things. The biggest probably one in the NFL is that Russell Wilson is going to the bench, and Jackson Dart is going to start for the Giants. Tony, I know you're a big Russell Wilson guy. I don't think he's necessarily being treated unfairly here, but I think the Giants are kind of responding to public pressure because I don't think Jackson Dart gives them the best chance to win yet.
Yeah, I don't either, but I get it. First round pick. This is kind of, I think this was the writing was on the wall from the moment they took Jackson Dart. And listen to Brian Dable, kind of really go goo goo gaga over him the whole deal. Pretty much since they drafted him, only has enhanced it. Here's some other news though. This was a surprise. You guys see C.J. Gardner-Johnson got released from the Texans. Remember, they gave up a first rounder and a lineman, I believe, to get him. And after 3 games, he gone.
Wow. That's what happens. You start 0-3, man. They start making changes. The other big news, I think it's newsworthy.
I'm sorry, they traded their first rounder who was an offensive lineman.
Gotcha. The other news is for fantasy people, Mike Evans.
Oh, yeah.
A month probably for Tampa Bay.
CeeDee Lamb.
He gone.
A month.
CeeDee Lamb's got a while too, yeah.
CeeDee Lamb, he gone.
All right.
Jerry Jones.
More.
I have a question, Tony. If they end up catching the Dodgers and winning the division this weekend, do we have to go do it all again?
Yeah.
I guess so.
I would think you'd have to do another one, right?
That is crazy.
And we would be home at that point, too.
Yeah.
So,
all right. Well, don't throw away your poncho, Tony.
Oh, don't worry. I set it aside in the garage. It needed to air out a little bit, but it's ready to roll.
Tony was a professional interviewer last night. I was impressed.
He was on it.
All right, let's get to break. 3 o'clock hour on the other side. More Gwynn and Chris.
There's Roadrunner. Meet me. He doesn't like me. I guess I wouldn't like me either if I was chasing me. you can see, I'm all Aztec'd out here at the Aztec Baseball Tournament. It's the SDSU Baseball Alumni Tournament. Right now, we are 1 under in the scramble, and Chris is playing well, Tony's playing well, but our ringer, Jack Townsend, is playing really well, so. So Chris says that he can't play golf, but this is the second birdie putt he's made for us. This time it was like 20 feet.
Thank you very much, Greg. But once again, you're hitting some very nice shots as well. I'm not usually complimentary to you, but I can't help but be complimentary. Your shot making today.
With my what?
Your shot making. You hit some.
We are just around week 10 now, and it's getting really windy. Actually kind of cold. I'm not gonna lie, I know we're in San Diego, but we're 3 under as a group. We just got off of a birdie, and I just hit my defense. There's a squirrel. He wants to attack me. Squirrely! We just got our second birdie of the day thanks to this guy.
Yeah, a 4-footer after.
It was a 5-footer.
After our pro drove it 300 to the front of the green and then chipped it within 5 feet.
Uh-oh.
Gravy, don't feed the animals.
Don't feed the animals. I do feed animals, but Chris made a birdie putt. Leaving the golf course. And we ended up shooting 63 once everything was accounted for, since it was a scramble, and we had an SDSU golf player, Jack Townsend. He was with us, and he did a lot for us. I think we shot 63 because of him, but we all had a good time. There's a Roadrunner. Meet me. He doesn't like me. I guess I wouldn't like me either if I was chasing me. As you can see, I'm all Aztec'd out here at the Aztec Baseball Tournament. It's the SDSU Baseball Alumni Tournament. Right now, we are 1 under in the scramble, and Chris is playing well, Tony's playing well, but our ringer, Jack Townsend, is playing really well, so. So Chris says that he can't play golf, but this is the second birdie putt he's made for us. This time it was like 20 feet.
Thank you very much, Greg. But once again, you're hitting some very nice shots as well. I'm not usually complimentary to you, but I can't help but be complimentary. Your shot making today.
With my what?
Your shot making. You hit some.
We are just around week 10 now, and it's getting really windy. It's actually kind of cold. I'm not gonna lie, I know we're in San Diego, but we're 3 under as a group. We just got off of a birdie, and I just hit my defense. There's a squirrel. He wants to attack me. Squirrely! We just got our second birdie of the day thanks to this guy.
Yeah, a 4-footer after.
It was a 5-footer.
After our pro drove it 300 to the front of the green and then chipped it within 5 feet.
Uh-oh.
Gravy, don't feed the animals.
Don't feed the animals. I do feed animals, but Chris made a birdie putt. Leaving the golf course. And we ended up shooting 63 once everything was accounted for, since it was a scramble, and we had an SDSU golf player, Jack Townsend. He was with us, and he did a lot for us. I think we shot 63 because of him, but we all had a good time. There's a Roadrunner. Meet me. He doesn't like me. I guess I wouldn't like me either if I was chasing me. As you can see, I'm all Aztec'd out here at the Aztec Baseball Tournament. It's the SDSU Baseball Alumni Tournament. Right now, we are 1 under in the scramble, and Chris is playing well, Tony's playing well, but our ringer, Jack Townsend, is playing really well.
3 o'clock hour, we go. Good hour of stuff coming up for you here on Gwynn and Chris. Of course, basking in the glow of last night's Padres celebration. Posted a lot of photos online, some videos, and I know Scraby posted a bunch of stuff. So
I'll be posting more as
go to our Twitter feeds and things of that nature. You can see some behind the scenes stuff down there in the locker room last night.
What is your Twitter feed?
At Crisello SD,
at Matt Scraby, at Tony Gwynn Jr., at 97.3 The Fan SD.
There you go. All of those. Check them all, and you'll get all the good
at
stuff.
Adam Klug. Why not?
I even have learned on Instagram now how to post something and include music with the post. And now that I've learned how to do that, I'm a little dangerous.
Oh no.
Yes, I put a photo of Manny last night, and it was of course I chose one of my favorite groups, The Cars, singing Good Times Roll over my post of Manny Machado.
I don't know why. I don't know why I imagined you posting that somewhere over the rainbow with the guy from Hawaii.
I didn't post that.
Can't remember his name, but I feel like that's the one song you play.
I did not post that, but I'm learning. And so anyway, you want to see some stuff like that. We will hear Tony's interview with Manny from the clubhouse coming up in about 20 minutes. But right now, winners, losers, and there's some big games in Major League Baseball tonight. And we're going to get into that in the Daily Gambit.
Do you like money?
I think about money a lot.
Do you like money without doing anything?
Winning.
Do you want to make money while watching sports?
I think Washington is immortal luck.
Washington! Woohoo! If you answered yes, this is your segment. Just don't blame us when you lose.
Nothing is ever your fault.
It's your game. Take it.
Gwynn and Chris go through the top bets of the day in the Daily Gambit on 97.3 The Fan.
Daily Gambit is our daily sports betting segment here on Gwynn and Chris. Please, everybody, gamble responsibly. Let's start with our bets from yesterday.
Yeah, give us a quick rundown there. You had a good night, 6-1 for you.
That's pretty good. Padres Brewers over under 7 runs. You went under, I went over, and it was 5-4, so it was 9. Chris and I sat next to each other during the game, the entire game, and that's the first time we've ever sat together to watch a game in the time we've been doing the show. I gotta say, I learned some stuff from Chris last night. I didn't necessarily tell him last night, but you would say things, and I'd be like, I didn't even think about that. So thank you, Chris.
Thank you. There was one moment where the Padres got a man on base late in the game, and Scraby goes, well, we need a double here. And I said, I don't know if you've been watching this team this year, but we're probably going to bunt.
Yeah,
and that's what we did. We bunted.
It was exactly that. It was the good bunt bunt. The Iglesias bunt earlier in the game was not a good bunt. But anyway, it was over. More innings pitched, Pivetta or Freddie Peralta last night. We both went Pivetta. Pivetta went 5 2/3, and Peralta went 5. So we win that one. Brewers, did they score a run in the first inning? We both said no, and it was no.
They got to know. Yeah, good job.
The Ravens and the Lions over under 53.5 total points scored. We both went over. It was 38-30, so that means that they went over 68 points. Now, the next bet, Jared Goff minus 30 passing yards over or Lamar Jackson. We both chose Lamar. Jared Goff had 202 minus that 30, 172. Lamar Jackson had 288. He went 21 for 27, but you know what? He got sacked more times, I believe, last night than any time in his career. 7 times. That is a lot of times to sack.
Lamar Jackson, that's hard. That's like catching a mosquito flying around in your room in a hand. Not easy getting
It's
him.
not.
The other thing is the Ravens have got to get back to running the football. That's what they do best. and pounding a little bit more, I think.
I agree. The Ravens are a smash mouth team.
I think so.
And that's why they have Derrick Henry to be the smash mouth running back. Next bet, more rushing yards. Did Jahmyr Gibbs have more or Derrick Henry minus 30? Jahmyr Gibbs had 67. David Montgomery had 151.
Yeah.
But Derrick Henry had 50 minus that 30. So not even
David
close.
Montgomery's my hero because if he doesn't score that who cares touchdown, then I don't get my last extra point.
That's true.
So thank you, David Montgomery.
You chose Derrick Henry. I chose Gibbs. Zay Flowers over under 75.5. Not even close.
What
I
did
think
he
he
have,
had 2 for 13.
Yeah.
We both went over.
Unbelievable. Yeah. Well, it happens. All right, let's get to tonight real quick. Like I said, you were 6-1. Good job by you. I was 4-3. Biggest game in baseball tonight is not the Padres. It's Detroit Tigers at Cleveland. That lead in the Central Division is 1 game now for the Tigers.
And they're playing each other this week.
And they're playing in Cleveland tonight. If Cleveland wins the division, it would be the biggest blown division lead in baseball history.
How many games?
15.5.
Wow.
It's down to 1.
I mean, the Guardians have
unbelievable.
What are they? 9? They've won 9 of their last 10. They're doing everything they can do to get back into it.
Well, now they can tie it tonight, but they have to beat Skubal. Skubal's pitching for the Tigers tonight. Detroit's favored by 1.5 on the road. This is a really tough one because Skubal's so good, but Cleveland has all the momentum. I'm going to ride with the Tigers tonight to stave them off.
I think Skubal
in Cleveland.
I'm going to go, I think the Tigers win, but the Guardians lose by 1.
All right,
so I'll
take
choose
Cleveland.
Yeah.
All right, Boston is also there. They're tied with Cleveland for the last wild card at Toronto tonight. Toronto's trying to hang on to the Yankees lead, which is only 2 games. So it's another big game. Toronto minus 1.5 here.
I have not been paying attention to the Red Sox in the last couple of weeks. I'm going to say Blue Jays.
Toronto. It's really, Toronto's got the best record in the American League right now, and they only have 90 wins. The American League is a total crapshoot here. I'm going to take Toronto, too, because it's Gosman against Giolito. I'm not fond of Giolito.
Me neither.
National League, big one tonight is at Wrigley Field for the fading Mets. New York at Cubs. Cubs have lost 4 in a row, but they're sending rookie sensation Cade Horton against the Mets, David Peterson. I like Cade Horton, so I say he keeps the Mets struggling tonight and opens the door for the Reds, perhaps, to move past the Mets tonight.
The Mets, they should. This is embarrassing for them because they spent the second most money.
Do you know that on June 12th, which is 2 months ago or so, they had the best record in baseball.
Wow.
Number 1 in the entire MLB.
I do remember them getting on a hot streak, and then they've been terrible.
They're on their way out, maybe.
I'm going to say that they are trying to keep themselves alive, so I'll go Mets.
Takes the Mets. We will keep an eye on the Dodgers tonight. They're at Arizona. Arizona's still very much in it. Only a game out. Shohei's pitching for the Dodgers against Brandon Pfaadt. Dodgers favored by 1.5. It's great.
Diamondbacks play everybody in the NL West tough, and they especially play the Dodgers and the Padres, so I'm going to go with the Diamondbacks.
I'm going to take him to Pfaadt, 9 shutout innings in his last appearance against the Giants. All right, we go to Skubal. Tariq Skubal in Cleveland, 7.5 strikeouts. It's a make or break game for Skubal. They're going to give him the Cy Young Award. He's got to really earn it if he wins tonight because this is the biggest game of the year. He's got to come up with it. I'll take over. 7.5 Ks. It's a lot, though.
I'll say over as well.
Over. All right, who gets more strikeouts? Cade Horton against the Mets or Shohei against the Diamondbacks?
See, there's a really sneaky thing with Shohei. We have no idea how long he's going to pitch.
No, but the Dodgers, I think, they kind of still want to win here, too. They can't be just totally messing around.
I'm not going to pick Shohei. I'm going to go Horton.
Cade Horton. All right, I'll take Ohtani. He'll go 5 innings, strike out 8. That'll be enough. All right, we have the WNBA playoffs continuing, semifinals tonight. Las Vegas Aces lost the first game at home to Indiana. Game 2 in Las Vegas, Aces by 9. Now remember, Indiana won the first game.
They did.
You're getting 9 points. So I'll take Las Vegas because I don't see Indiana doing it again. This is desperate for the Aces. I'll take Las Vegas, but I'm only giving 9. How about you?
I'm going to take the Caitlin Clarkless fever.
You're kind of rooting for Indiana to win it all.
To be better without her.
That would be pretty ironic if she's gonna. Is she gonna actually ride in the victory parade and take all the glory?
She did play this season,
but not for a long time. I mean, it's been a couple of months.
She's been out for the year for a while.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, they get the victory parade, right? All the cameras would be on Caitlin Clark, even though she didn't even really contribute to it.
That would be problematic. And I'm sure the camera people are like, please, let's not make it happen.
All right, you'll take Indiana, though, tonight. And then Asia Wilson, who won her 4th MVP award this year, 25.5 points tonight for Las Vegas. Over or under Scrabe?
Over.
Yeah, that's what MVPs do. When their team has to win, they go over in a game like that. All right, there's some of the stuff for tonight. Padres Brewers, it'll be... By the way, I don't know a lot about Bruce Zimmerman, who's starting tonight for the Brew Crew.
He owns the Men's Warehouse.
Okay.
You know who I'm talking about?
What do you know?
You're going to like the way you look. I guarantee it.
Yeah, that was Mike Zimmer, wasn't it? Or Mr. Zimmer?
Let me go look.
I don't remember. Randy Vasquez is pitching for the Padres. I believe he owns the
it was George Zimmer.
George Zimmer. There you go. Randy Vasquez for the Padres tonight. I don't think he owns a clothing store. So,
no, he just owns a traffic cop store, I guess.
Oh, because he let so many people on base.
Well, that's what they call him.
Hardy. Har.
That's what they call him.
The two teams will play a day game tomorrow. And then Thursday, it'll be the off day before the Diamondbacks come in. And I think it's going to be interesting to see what Mike Schilt does with his pitching.
Me too.
To me, Pavetta's got to start game 1 against the Cubs. So do you want to give him 8 full days off, or do you want him to pitch a couple innings somewhere in the middle?
I think you ask him.
I do too. I think that's a good call. I think you do what he wants to do. Well, Ruben Niebla gets a say as well.
That's true. That's true.
All right.
The Brandon has a great point for the parade thing with Caitlin Clark. She'll get to be at the parade as much as Joe Musgrove gets to be at the victory parade here.
Yes, but Joe Musgrove will, although deserving of attention, would not be the focus of the national media. Whereas if Indiana wins the WNBA and they have a parade, everyone's going to want to hear from Caitlin Clark, and everyone's going to see Caitlin Clark.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Even though, ironically, she's not the one who's actually accomplishing what they're doing. That's where I think it's a little different for Joe Musgrove.
No, you're right. And I think I would feel some type of way if I was a Caitlin Clark teammate.
Yeah. I mean, these other players are getting the job done.
But she's not going to the TV stations and being like, put the camera on me. They're doing it. It would still be problematic.
True enough. Yeah. It's not her asking for the attention, but she's still getting it. All right, we'll take a break. Manny Machado. He was living it up last night for sure in the locker room. And Tony Gwynn Jr.'s interview with him follows some traffic here on 97.3 The Fan. Gwynn and Chris.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center.
Welcome back to it. 3:19 the time. Chris Ello, Mr. Scraby, and Coach Tony at Petco Park. And Tony was busy down in the clubhouse last night. One of his interviews was with Manny Machado. You will hear that in a moment. I want to remind everybody, though, big doings coming up this Friday. 97.3 The Fan, getting ready for the final home series of the year with the Braden Surprenant Show acting as a lead-in to
they're the opener.
They're the opener, yes. Sorry, Braden. The Braden Surprenant Show, followed by Gwynn and Chris Show. We're both broadcasting live at Baja Rick's. And so that'll be all day Friday, 10 a.m. Braden Show. We get underway at 2 o'clock. We'll be there till 5:40, 5:30, whatever, all leading into the Padres pregame. Couple of things. Baja Rick's, right next to the Omni or whatever that hotel is. I think, is it still the Omni?
Yes, it's still the Omni.
Okay, so it's right next to the, the entrance to Petco Park. So you can't miss Baja Rick's right there. So if you're going to the game, please come by, say hello.
It's right near the, someone said that you should say it this way. And I was like, you're right. It's right next to the gas lamp quarter sign. You know, right when you enter.
Yes.
If you go that way, you'll see Baja Rick's.
Baja Rick's, they got the outdoor patio there. We'll be out there broadcasting. They have great food at Baja Rick's. I am already dieting. Looking forward to that, Scrabe. And also, we're going to be giving away baseballs. There, signed by Manny Machado and Fernando, as well as some tickets to Saturday's game. So all of it brought to you by our friends at Santo Tequila. Baja Rick's will have a special game day menu with Santo Tequila, margaritas, cocktails. This Friday, Baja Rick's, 176th Avenue, if you must put it into your Google Maps, right next to Petco Park. And we hope you'll come by and say hi. We had a big crowd there last year and expect a lot of people to come by on Friday.
I would like to say for our prizes, because we're going to have, some autographed baseballs being given away between the two shows. I'm telling everybody now so they know you have to be present to win the prize. If you come at 10 a.m. and put in your name for a prize and you're not there when we call the name, you do not win.
Right.
I got a mad person last time.
What happened? What do you mean?
Oh, I heard that my name was called, but you guys never even called me. And I was like, yes, we did.
You mean called you at home?
No, they were like, yeah, I heard my name was called, but I didn't hear you guys calling my name. Gotcha. Well, were you there? Well, I just took off and I went down the street for a little bit. I was going to come back. No, you have to be there.
Pay attention. Pay attention.
I like
the prizes.
Rules.
Oh no, Scraby plays by the rules. You cannot finagle anything for this guy.
Rules.
Yeah, he's going to be a stickler. They invented the word stickler.
And it's me.
That's you. All right, Tony down in the locker room last night. Padres beat the Brew Crew. They're going to the postseason. Nobody seemed happier about it than the leader of this team, Manny Machado.
Manny, you were the first chip to come in here. What does it feel like getting this organization back to the playoffs and back-to-back seasons?
Man, it feels great, man. I mean, it's unbelievable. From that first meeting with AJ to meeting Ron and Peter, you just seen the growing pains of losing, falling short, making it to postseason, making it short, having an unbelievable team, and now being back here back-to-back. I mean, it's just, City of San Diego deserves it, the fans deserve it, and this organization as well.
Man, you kind of put this team on your back through the mid portion of this season when the offense was a little bit waning. I mean, this is kind of what you do. How good does it feel to get them to this point and then have your teammates kind of pick you up there at the end?
Oh, yeah, man. I mean, I came here for a reason, was to win and pick up a team and ride, and this is what I do. I've done it my entire career, continue doing it, and I got faith in my boys. I know that I can ride for a team for a little bit, and I know my boys are going to come up there and pick me up when I'm down as well, and they did that this whole month. And they picked me up, and look where we're at, man. We fought, we've grinded, we've gone through the gauntlet as a team, and, man, it just feels so good. It feels so good.
You guys, you kind of mentioned it. Last year, you guys got to the second half and just rolled. This year, it wasn't that easy. You guys had to really grind it out Does it make getting to this point that much more fulfilling when you had to work that hard to get there?
I wouldn't say that because it's hard. I wouldn't say that, but man, it feels good to win. It feels good to win, to be back in this spot. And yeah, it hasn't been easy, but this team has fought. We fought since last year, and we're going to continue to do it.
You guys got 5 more games to go against some opponents that obviously the Brewers are where they are. The Diamondbacks still in this bad boy.
Yes, sir.
What are you guys trying to accomplish in these last 5?
We're not stopping. We're not stopping. Keep playing good baseball. We're going to continue to do it. You know, this isn't over. We got to get hot. We got to get going now. And we've been showing clips and going, but we got guys fully going. We got guys doing the things that need to get back to, and we're gonna get rolling. And when this business isn't finished, we got to continue to the end.
Congratulations, my friend.
Manny Machado, getting it done.
What?
They got it done.
They did get it done. You could tell,
and he got it done again.
You could tell
he's still
how
at 26 homers and 90-something RBIs. Well, and we gave up on him at least 30 times this season. So now he'll never make it this year.
I never did.
Yes, you did.
No, you did when he was like, Luis Arraez has more home runs than Manny Machado.
Oh, boy, I did say that a few times. Yeah.
But it was the truth.
It was a little alarming at the time.
Fact.
Yeah, it was alarming at the time.
Do you know how many home runs Luis Arraez has now?
7?
I think that sounds about right.
Yeah, and I think he had 7 then when Manny had 6.
He, I didn't know this, but his first at bat, he hit a home run, and they put it up on the scoreboard last night.
His first career at bat.
Yeah, his first career at bat, and he said he should have saved it because he doesn't hit many home runs, and so he hit his first one, and then he went on a drought for a little bit.
You know, I told you this story, but in the locker room last night, I don't know any of the players personally.
Oh, this is a great story.
So I'm not running around hugging everybody, or nobody's coming up to me really. I think a lot of the players know my name or my voice or hear it on the radio, whatever they might, but I don't know any of these guys by sight. So I was walking around and all the players were wearing those October baseball shirts.
Very cool shirts.
So I thought I would take a picture of one of the shirts to, send out on Twitter or somewhere, post it. And anyway, Luis Arraez happened to be standing near me, and it was so loud in there, you can't hear too well. So I walked over and I said, hold up my camera like I wanted to take a picture, but I was holding it a little lower because trying to let him know that I really just wanted to take a picture of his shirt. And of course he's like, yeah, what do you need? And he's like trying to pose and everything. And I'm like, no. I just want your shirt. And he's like, oh, okay. It was very nice.
He takes off his shirt and gives it to you.
He didn't see that. But he just kind of stood like this. And so I took the picture of his shirt. And then I was done, and he just came over and gave me a big old hug and said, thank you.
Yes.
And I'm just telling you, the guy is nice. He's a great guy. Everyone loves this guy. And, I don't know. I understand the frustration with him this year. I get it. If he flies out to left field again, I'm tired of it too, okay? But I can't totally overlook what he means to this team. And the guys on this team love this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And, he's a big part of what they do. And if they're going to make it, he's going to have to be a big part, whether he's batting second or eighth. And, I know we all argued about it all year long, but I didn't make the lineup. Mike Schilt makes the lineup. And so if Luis Arraez is going to bat second, let's hope he hits 500 in the playoffs and, does what he is actually capable of doing.
I think
just hope I would be so happy if it happened.
We were talking about last night before he had his hit that did it tie the game or
tied the game?
Yeah. So he had his hit and we were like thinking, what's going to happen here? Is he going to ground out or something? But Luis Arraez is a gamer. He shows up when he needs to show up.
I hope
and
so.
A lot of these guys do.
I hope so. The WAR statistic doesn't think so. Luis Arraez is a 1.0 on the WAR.
See, I will say
like
this,
that
though.
makes him, as I call him sometimes jokingly, like the worst player in baseball, and he's just not.
The one thing I will say that we noticed last night was early in the game there could have been a double play, but Luis Arraez is not tall enough to reach and get the ball, and that's not a joke. Like that's the truth. He came off the bag.
He can only be as tall
but
as
I'm
he
saying
is.
like that. Those are the. Freddie Freeman is like 6'5". He's able to get way up there.
Well, look,
those are plays that can't be made by
Arraez
Luis
has
Arraez.
some limitations as a first baseman. But again, they have Ryan O'Hearn on this team, and he's taller, and he can play first base and plays it pretty well. And I hear it all the time. O'Hearn is way better than Luis at first base. Well, that's what everybody thinks. But apparently Mike Schilt and the staff don't think that. Because otherwise, Arise would just DH and O'Hearn would play first. But more times than not, they use Arise at first and O'Hearn DHs. So somebody must think he's, okay down there. Again, these are not my decisions. I'm just, you're shooting the messenger.
Oh, I mean, I'm
telling you that if they didn't think he could play first base and O'Hearn was way better, don't you think that's what they would do?
Well, O'Hearn had to play right last night, so.
Well, he was filling in for Fernando last night in right. Again, if you missed it on Fernando, illness was not there last night, and going through the battery of tests right now to see what it is. Hopefully not COVID related.
And I do like that they're making him stay home, something that people in this room don't do when they're sick.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
All right, when we come back, we're going to have some fun. We'll get away from the celebration just a little. Although one of these guys will be celebrating. It'll be Tony versus Scraby in the Fantabulous Sports Game Show. You'll learn some baseball stuff if you come back with us on 97.3 The Fan.
Oh, you idiot. Typical tandem student right there. I tried. I wrecked your good job, buddy. Fun, huh? You need help with anything? Okay, I'm nervous. Stand up, stay low. Hands on the heart. Stay low.
I do.
I like Vegas. This hour, 97.3 The Fan is brought to you by Las Vegas, the Convention and Visitors Center. Vegas is turning it up this week. It's a fabulous 5-day sale. First ever citywide Vegas sale. Get this. You got 5 days this week to book your next getaway. I guess you save a whole bunch of money.
Yes.
That would be what a sale is.
Yes, Chris, that's a sale.
All right. Go to visit lasvegas.com. The sale ends Friday. Las Vegas. All right. Get that done. We're also happy to remind you that if you're a fan of Mediterranean food, Spiros. They did have Spiros. That was the media dinner last night, Scraby.
That's awesome.
All kinds of Spiros food lying everywhere. Had the rice out there. They had the chicken kebabs out there, the filet mignon.
You got there before I did, or else I would have snuck some of that.
It's looking good. Looking good.
I didn't even have the free hot dogs last night.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Trying to eat better.
I am too. And then I got home and I was starving. So I was like, did you sit at the game from 6:30 and get home at 11:30? You're like, you should eat somewhere, but I didn't.
Yeah, neither did I.
That wasn't smart.
That's why you can always see Sammy Lev walking around the stadium looking for food.
Yeah. All right. We got our Fantabulous Sports Game Show here. I do have one quick NFL note because I like to keep everybody up to date on fantasy stuff. Terry McLaurin is the latest guy that they're concerned about, evidently, in Washington. He's got some lingering issue.
I'm glad he got his contract.
Well, look, the Commanders are already going without Jaden Daniels for the time being, and now Terry McLaurin could be headed to the scrap heap.
The scrap heap.
Hey, if you're a fantasy player like I am, you're either playing or you're on the scrap heap.
Yeah, no,
that's it.
That's true. Your best ability is your availability.
Yes, keep an eye out there, you Terry McLaurin owners. All right, Fantabulous Sports Game Show, Tony versus Scraby, and you can play along. So let's get traffic and then start playing.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury.
This game day traffic report is brought to you by Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water. We're loaded up on the 5 northbound. You got a crash at E Street, and then there's an ice chest blocking the middle lane. It fell off a truck a little bit further north, right at the northern split for the 805, and then southbound at Loma Santa Fe, you got a crash, and it's blocking the exit ramp. What makes Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water different? We always bottle our Alpine Spring Water less than 1.5 miles from the spring source. And all our bottles are made with 50% recycled plastic from our own recycling plants. Crystal Geyser, bottled at the spring source. I'm Sue Aller with Gwynn and Chris, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Hey, all you beautiful people out there, it's time to play one of our favorite games of the week.
All right!
We like to call it...
Ooh, I'm going to go.
Chris's Fantabulous Sports Game Show! And it starts right now on 97.3 The Fan.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to our weekly game show here. Chris Ello, your host. The Fantabulous Sports Game Show, where Tony and Scraby compete against each other for pride. And you can play along out there. I will give the category, and you guys will attempt to give me correct answers from that category. There are 17 correct answers today. You get one right, then the other player takes a turn. You keep exchanging correct answers until one of you get to 9, or until one of you get 3 wrong answers, in which case you'd strike out and lose at that point. Tony is back as defending champion after Scraby had borrowed the title for a week or so.
Yeah.
But here we go. I'll give you the category, guys. We'll get right to it. Padres, of course, everyone excited into the playoffs and getting ready now to try to make a World Series run. Since the Padres came into being in 1969, division play began. The Padres are one of only 6 teams that has not won the World Series in that span. On the other side of the spectrum, though, there are 17 teams that have won at least 2 World Series since divisional play began in 1969.
Okay.
Your job, name the 17 teams in baseball that have won multiple World Series championships since the Padres came into being back in 1969. Okay, everybody's got the category. I think it's pretty self-explanatory.
I do too.
Scraby, you're going to get the first guess unless you want to pass to Tony.
No, I'm not going to.
All right, give me a team with multiple World Series wins.
I'll take the one Yankees.
You'll take the Yankees off the board. How many do you think they've won, just for the
I know in
for
total
fun?
they've won 27.
Yeah, but since 1969, they lead the pack with 7 World Series championships, the last of which, though, came in 2009 against the Phillies. So it has been a bit of a drought for pinstripe fans. All right, Scraby's on the board. Tony, your turn for a...
your turn, Tony.
Your turn. Multi-pronounce.
What is he looking at? So
The Doyers.
You're going to go with the Doyers. All right. Dodgers
doesn't count, though.
Yeah, Dodgers have won 4 since the divisional play, but I will point this out to Dodger haters. 2 of the 4 have been in shortened seasons. So 1981 was a strike shortened season, and of course 2020 was the COVID season, but Dodgers is still correct, and it's back to you, Scrape. Tied
I'm
at
going to
1.
go San Francisco Giants.
Your guys, the Giants, 2010, 2012, 2014, right? Every other year there under Boch, and that is correct. The Gigantes. I had a feeling you would know that one. So
Yes.
2-1 favor Scraby. 14 correct answers left, Tony.
I often hear about it from my occasional partner, Don Orsillo, the Red Sox.
Your partner, Don Orsillo. I wonder how many of these did he call? They won 4.
I think he has 3.
He's got 3 rings. Wow. 2004, they beat the Cardinals. 2007, they swept the Rockies.
Yeah, he's
and
got
then 2013, again, the Cardinals. And then the Dodgers, they beat them in 2018. So 4 for the Red Sox. And it is pretty funny because Boston fans still complain that we never win anything. And I'm like, what are you talking about?
You just won.
You won a lot of stuff. All right, tied at 2 into the next round we go here. Scrape.
The Atlanta Braves.
Atlanta Braves, yes, that is correct. They squeaked in their second
they
title.
barely got in
2021, upsetting the Astros. The only other one they won was 1995, which was the bit of a strike-shortened year.
Why do we talk about them like they're a teteam that
because they were the best team in
Because they
baseball
won the
for
division.
all of those
They have the
years,
record.
but they only had the
Yeah.
one
have the-
World Series until the Astro win. So yes,
They
that's
have-
good. It's good
They
for
have
you.
the
It's great.
record for most division titles.
Right, they
consecutive
won like
division
15 in a
titles.
row and
Yeah.
only won 1 World
I
Series.
think the Dodgers are like behind there. Had the second longest run, so
Yeah.
they got. That's why we talk about them.
That's
They like
why.
owned a decade.
Yeah, but the Braves
Dang.
do have 2. All right,
Dang.
Tony's up, trailing 3-2.
Oh, this is one of my favorites right here.
All right.
Oh wait, did they?
Oh, we have a hesitation.
Oh yeah. The now Miami Marlins.
The Miami Marlins is correct. Yeah,
I was
Marlins.
hoping he wasn't going to take that one.
Marlins have been to 2 World Series, won them both. In 1997, they beat Cleveland. 2003, Josh Beckett finished off the Yankees. Marlins have hardly even ever been to the playoffs besides those 2 years, but they have 2 championships. Tied at 3, 11 correct answers to go. Scrape.
The Cardinals.
Cardinals, good guess there, and it's correct. Tony La Russa won 2 of those, and the previous one was way back in 1982 when Whitey Herzog's team beat Milwaukee. Cardinals also over the Tigers in 06, the Rangers in 11. So that is correct. Cardinals. 4-3 lead for Scraby. No incorrect answers yet. 10 remaining. Tony.
You just kind of messed me up a little bit, I must say.
Tony looking for a team with 2 World Series championships since the Padres came into being in 1969, since divisional play.
The Oakland Athletics.
Oakland Athletics, very good, Tony.
He's taking all of my
taking yours, huh?
quote unquote hidden ones.
Well, you guys are also taking all the ones that have won more than 2. Pretty soon you're going to be down to just teams that have won 2. The A's won 3 in a row, if you can believe it. 72, 3 and 4. They also beat the Giants in the Earthquake World Series of 1989. So 4 for the A's. 4-4 is the score. And we have 9 correct answers remaining. Scrape. It's getting a little tougher, I'll be honest with you. I think almost everyone here now has 2 championships, except for one team on this list has 3.
I believe the Asterisks.
Gonna go with the Asterisks. Well, they do. They have 1.5. They got the 22 real championship over the Phillies, and the Asterisk won over the Dodgers in 17. That is correct, Scrape. Good job. Houston Asterisks keep you alive. It is 5-4. Scraby, 8 correct answers left. Still no strikes. Tony.
The Reds.
The Rojos, Los Rojos. Yep, they have 3. They're the one with 3. The Big Red Machine won in 75 and 76. They also upset and swept the powerful A's in 1990. So it is 5-5. There are 7 correct, and all 7 are 2-time winners only. So it's getting a little tougher here.
Yeah.
As we try to find baseball teams with 2 World Series championships since divisional play.
Now,
and when the Padres came in 1969.
Do teams that have moved?
Yes, everything is one franchise only. Okay. So if you moved, you're the same franchise.
I will take the Nationals.
The Nationals, that is going to be the first strike of the game.
The Expos never won?
No, the Expos never won. I'm sorry to say.
I was too young. When did the Expos move?
They came. They came in the same year as the Padres did in 1969. I don't remember what year they moved, honestly.
I was
about 05, something like that, but maybe a little later. Anyway, they did not win as the Expos.
Of age to remember this.
Yeah, never won as the Expos. The Nationals did win in 2019, but that is the first strike. All right, Tony gets a chance to take his first lead. Tied at 5 with 7 correct answers remaining. Tony, teams that have won 2 World Series since divisional play started in 1969.
How about...
And everyone on this list won exactly 2.
You missed this guess.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't. Did I miss your guess?
Yep. Royals,
KC Royals. Yeah, one of the not exactly one of the great franchises, but they do have 2. 1985, they beat the Cardinals, and then the Mets, led by the great Eric Hosmer in 2015. The Royals won that one.
Sorry.
So Tony now leads 6-5. 6 correct answers left. Scraby under the gun with 1 strike, and he's thinking very, very hard.
I think I just hurt my brain.
Yeah, you look like you may have. You need to find a team with 2 World Series titles.
I don't know why this is popping in my head, but it's popping in my head.
Popping in, and you're going to go with it, huh?
The Twins.
The Twins, another very successful franchise. And they did win 2 World Series.
What was the second one?
They won 1987. They beat the Cardinals, came back in 1991 with that classic World Series win over the Braves, where Jack Morris pitched the last game. 10 innings, 1-0 in Game 7.
Old Jack Morris.
Yeah, right.
I think if your name's Jack Morris, you're always just old
Jack Morris kept you alive, though, Scrabe. We're tied at 6.
I love you, Jack.
Attaboy, Jack. We're down to 5 correct answers left. Tony Gwynn Jr., they're getting tighter and harder to come by here.
Blue Jays,
correct indeed. Back-to-back for the Blue Jays. 1992 over the Braves, 1993 over the Phillies. Those are the Roberto Alomar. Joe Carter hit the walk-off homer in 93. And Tony takes a 7-6 lead. Only 4 correct answers remaining.
You know what's hard about picking these teams that have won 2 or more titles since 1969, Chris?
Is it that was before your time?
Yeah, 16 years before I was born.
What year were you both born? Of our times, buddy.
Yeah, but you grew up in a baseball museum.
Before both of our times, buddy.
What year were you born? I'm just
85.
85. All right. Yeah. Go ahead. I don't want to give any clues.
He says, yeah.
I don't want to give any clues, but
all right, I'm just gonna have to bank on this team winning
having 2. All right,
because they've been around forever.
All right,
so they were established in 1969. Los Tigres.
Los Tigres beat the Padres 1984.
And did they win one with Justin Verlander?
They did not. And their previous one to the Padres was 1968, the year before divisional play. So you missed it by 1 year, Scrabe. I'm sorry, that is a buzzer incorrect. The Tigers did not do it. Oh, the fans are restless on this one.
It's pretty tough.
Booing me on that one. Sorry about that, fans.
Man, how bad are the Tigers that they've been around for like 1,000 years and they've
they got one at least. 3-5. Tony leads 7-6.
Tony's giving me this look like he's about to end it.
Well, he's got a chance to go up by 2, but these last 4 could be tough. We'll see.
I'm racking my brain right now.
Yeah, these last 4 could be tough. We got 4 correct answers is all that's left on this list. Tony needs 1, but he's ahead right now, 7-6. Tony Gwynn Jr.
Let's go with the Pirates.
The Pirates.
Pirates.
How could the Pirates ever win anything, honestly?
I did think that, but they're never on the list of teams that haven't won. So
have they ever won anything? Yes, they have.
We are family.
1979, we are family. And 1971, led by the great Roberto Clemente.
Yes,
that is correct. The Pirates, believe it or not, have 2 championships. And Tony now has a pretty insurmountable lead, 8-6. Scraby. We may stay in the game here, though. He's on the doorstep with 2 strikes.
Of how I do this is I do it geographically. I start from Seattle and I go down and up and down and up.
You're traveling the country.
Yes, and this one was up the road. The Angels.
The Angels, of course, that would keep you in the game.
They've only won 1.
Yeah, the Angels only won their 1 over San Francisco in 2002. That is. When I hear the buzzer, officially strike 3, the game is over. Tony Gwynn Jr. prevails. 8-6 is the final score. Honestly, Scraby, I do feel for you because the 3 incorrect answer teams all won.
The Rockies didn't
before you were
right?
born. The Rockies don't have any. One of the answers that you guys didn't get is the Phillies.
It's on my sheets!
1980 and then 2008, they beat Tampa Bay. The other 2 were the first 2 to do it. The Mets in 69 and in 86, and the Baltimore Orioles, 1970, 1983.
I would have never got the Orioles. Mets were next on my list.
Mets were next up. Yeah. So there you go. There's 4 more teams on here that have won 1. Arizona, White Sox, Cubs, and Texas. And if you're wondering about the 6 teams that have won none, we know the Padres, obviously, the Rockies,
Mariners,
the Mariners, the Brewers, the Rays, and the longest stretch of all, the Guardians. Going way back when for the Guardians.
Poor guards.
All right, there's our fantabulous sports game show. Tony prevails. We got a round of Chris versus the fans coming up next. 833-288-0973.
Can't stand his dancing in the camera.
It's a good dancer. I think he's really good.
Padres, Brewers, today.
Thomas swings and misses, strike 3. Suarez.
Friday time and time for our regular Friday visit. And today we bring in Gavin Sheets from the Padres as the Padres get set to start the 3-game series tonight against the St. Louis Cardinals. Gavin Sheets last joined us at spring training. I don't know if you remember that particular interview, Gavin, sitting out there by the benches, but we were really impressed and we really couldn't wait to see you play. But really at that time, I don't think anybody was, totally expecting what has happened since that time, which is, you having a great season and, putting yourself squarely in the middle of what the Padres have accomplished this year. So congratulations to you, and just talk a little bit about, what this season has meant to you so far.
Yeah, I think that, obviously I do remember that the conversation we had out there, and completely different times. And no, I think that, kind of when I was talking to you then too, is just, looking back at this off season, the things I wanted to accomplish, the places I wanted to go. And, I wanted a new change of scenery where the excitement was there, and where the goal was to win a World Series. And I think, you look now, we're at August 1st, and, at this point right now, I've matched some career highs. And I think that after we saw what happened yesterday, I think that the goal of winning a World Series is right in front of us.
Yeah. Gavin Sheets joins us here, Padre outfielder, DH. He's kind of done a little bit of everything for the Pods. And Gavin, let's talk about the process, because we knew from having that conversation in spring training what your goals were, the things you kind of wanted to accomplish. But I know as you go through the season, you kind of have to be able to be flexible in how you are going to manage all of this. You've had times where you've been hot, you've cooled, gotten back hot. What has that process been like for you, sticking with it through some of the ups and downs you've had?
Yeah, I mean, it's the beautiful thing of baseball is no matter how hot you are, how cold you are, you got to come to the ballpark the next day and do it again. And being an everyday guy for the first time in my career has been incredible. And I think you learn how to handle those things, and you kind of learn on the fly. And you battle with soreness and all this stuff that goes on, and showing up to the ballpark every single day and bringing it, and dealing with slumps, dealing with hot streaks, and I've just enjoyed every second of it. Obviously, the roles might change a little bit going forward, but whatever it is, and whatever I need to do, and the goal and the work ethic and all that still stays the same going forward.
Gavin, you knew that you could come here and be a big contributor, and you told us that, and you had us believing. I imagine that everyone was confident in your ability, when they put you in the lineup opening day. But how much did it mean to you personally, and in terms of feeling a part of things, to get that home run on opening day, just contribute right off the bat, kind of signal to everybody that, yeah, I'm going to be around to help this club this year?
Yeah, that was I couldn't have scripted a better start. Obviously, that was about as cool as it gets. I hit a home run in the playoffs in 21, and that was about as close as, if not better, a feeling than I've ever had in my career. So that was just incredible. I mean, obviously playing in front of this home crowd and getting the first taste of it that day, and to be able to produce like that was a pretty special welcome to San Diego, to say the least.
Gavin, obviously we got a chance to chat with your dad, Larry, out in Philadelphia. He was out on the field. And I imagine for him, as it was for my dad, watching you is probably much harder than it was for him to be on the field. How much has he enjoyed getting a chance to see your success and get to be an everyday player through most of this year so far?
Yeah, you're 100% right. I mean, he stresses out more watching me than when he played, for sure. But he's thoroughly enjoyed it. He's thoroughly enjoyed watching the brand of baseball we play, the way we go about our business, and obviously being a contributing factor to that has made it enjoyable for him. He can't stand the West Coast time zone. He said he's losing a lot of sleep because of it, but he's thoroughly enjoying every second of it.
Friday time, and time for our regular Friday visit. And today we bring in Gavin Sheets from the Padres, as the Padres get set to start the 3-game series tonight against the St. Louis Cardinals. Gavin Sheets last joined us at spring training. I don't know if you remember that particular interview, Gavin, sitting out there by the benches, but we were really impressed, and we really couldn't wait to see you play. But really at that time, I don't think anybody was totally expecting what has happened since that time, which is, you having a great season and, putting yourself squarely in the middle of what the Padres have accomplished this year. So congratulations to you, and just talk a little bit about, what this season has meant to you so far.
Yeah, I think that obviously I do remember that the conversation we had out there, and completely different times. And I think that, kind of when I was talking to you then too, it was just, looking back at this off season, the things I wanted to accomplish, the places I wanted to go, and I wanted a new change of scenery where the excitement was there and where the goal was to win a World Series. And I think, you look now, we're at August 1st, and at this point right now, I've matched some career highs, and I think that after we saw what happened yesterday, I think that the goal of winning a World Series is right in front of us.
Yeah. Gavin Sheets joins us here, Padre outfielder, DH. He's kind of done a little bit of everything for the Pods. And Gavin, let's talk about the process, because we knew from having that conversation in spring training what your goals were, the things you kind of wanted to accomplish. But I know as you go through the season, you kind of have to be able to be flexible in how you are going to manage all of this. You've had times.
All right, into the 4 o'clock hour we go. Chris Ello, Tony Gwynn Jr. down at Petco Park, of course, getting ready for the ball game tonight. Scraby alongside here in the Odyssey Palace Studios. Tomorrow, day game, which means we'll be on after the game tomorrow. Probably around 5 o'clock. That's normally when we seem to get on after day games.
It's our last post-game show of the year.
Well, you don't know. It depends on what the playoff schedule will be next week in Chicago. That we will not know. I wouldn't think till the weekend sometime.
Good point.
But you'll also have a Scraby Chronicles tomorrow night, which I know you look forward to.
I will not.
Why not?
We have Thursday night football.
Tomorrow's Wednesday, though. So I can't imagine we're going to have Thursday night football on Wednesday.
I got to plan a show.
Just a thought. I don't know a whole lot, but I'm
you're right. You know enough to know that that's right.
Right.
I do have a Scraby show tomorrow. I got lots planned, and I'm really excited about it.
All right. Some key games in baseball tonight, playoff races. The Reds are actually, they pulled even with the Mets in the standings for the final wild card spot. Mets are playing the Cubs tonight. Reds have fallen behind, though, early to the Pirates, 2-0. Schwarber's hit his 54th. Phillies lead the Marlins early, 1-0. And then the big one in the American League.
The big dumper.
Well, the dumper plays later tonight.
Oh, okay.
So, he in Seattle will be home later. Detroit and Cleveland, no score, middle of the second inning. We'll keep you up to date on that stuff. And then we got our Chris versus the fans, but before that we got a lineup, and there's a familiar name in there tonight, Scrape.
Yes, there is.
What you got?
Xander Bogaerts has been reinstated to the team. Will Wagner has been optioned to the Arizona Complex League. But here is the lineup.
We hardly knew ye.
He got a lot of opportunity, I will say.
He didn't really do a lot with that, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Maybe next time.
Exactly. Maybe he cocould work on some stuff in the offseason and be a contributor next year.
Mm-hmm.
Pirates are at 4-0 now.
Uh-oh.
O'Neal Cruz just hit a monster.
Just a jack.
Yeah, Jack.
All right, so bad start for the Reds in a game that they need to win.
All right, back to the lineup. No Fernando tonight, which I expected.
Yeah, he's. I don't think we'll see him till the weekend, if at all.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
DHing and leading off is Luis Arraez. Xander Bogaerts is batting second, playing shortstop. Left field, Gavin Sheets batting third. Right field, Laureano batting fourth. O'Hearn batting fifth, playing first base. Iglesias batting sixth, playing third base. Bryce Johnson playing center field, batting seventh. Fermin catching, batting eighth, and Mason McCoy second base, batting ninth. This is definitely a we just clinched lineup.
Yes, you have no Fernando. That's because of his
Jackson.
illness. But Jackson Merrill, Manny Machado, Jake Cronenworth all getting the night off.
They should.
And they will have it off. Bruce Zimmerman is a left-hander making his debut for the Brew Crew. Randy Vasquez for the Friar. All right, let's play some Chris versus the Fan. You ready for that?
Yeah,
Me too.
Okay.
If you had one shot, one opportunity to take down the human almanac himself,
howdy do.
Now is your time.
Listen to me, this guy is dangerous.
Now is your opportunity to win a prize.
Well, I hope you know what you're in for.
Chris versus the Fans starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
All right. We are playing for a chance to win a grand prize. The trip to see the Eagles at Sphere Las Vegas, including 2 tickets to the show on January 30th, a 2-night stay at the Venetian Resort Las Vegas, a Vibey VIP package, and a $100 gas card. The Eagles, have added 2026 shows to the band's residency at Sphere in Las Vegas on Friday, January 23rd, January 24th, 30th, and 31st. Residency now features a total of 48 shows through Saturday, January 31st, 2026. Tickets at Ticketmaster.com. Now, the rules. You have to make it through 3 questions. Each question is going to get more difficult as you go along. If you get the question right, you move on. If you get it wrong and Chris gets it right, you're eliminated. But if Chris gets it wrong, then you move on to the next question or you win. If you're a first-time player, let us know before you get into it, and you'll get the first question for free today. All right, let me get to our phones, and we're going to go with Mike. Hello, Mike.
What's happening? How are you guys doing today?
Pretty good, Mike. How are
Very
you?
good.
Doing all right on the cruise home.
Okay, sounds good. Are you ready to play?
I'm going to give it an effort.
Okay, that's all you can do, Mike. What award is given to the best defensive performer at each position in Major League Baseball?
Golden Glove.
Golden Glove is correct. I know what you're doing there, Chris, but we're not
I wouldn't
gonna
do
go
that
with
to
it.
you, Mike. I think they do actually call it the Gold Glove, but it's certainly good enough. Your answer.
Sorry, Mike, that he disparaged your answer.
I know I'm not disparaging. I'm just, correcting for future. For
Okay.
future.
Patronizing.
Yes.
All right, here we go. Question number 2. Which Padre has the longest hitting streak on the team this season?
Merrill? I'm just taking a guess.
All right.
Go, Merrill.
He did have a streak earlier this season,
Did he?
but he is not the guy.
I have no idea. I don't think they've had a really long one. Manny Machado.
Manny Cristachado.
Oh, good for you.
You should have
Mike.
went with La Regadera.
It is.
Luis Ariz, 16-game hitting streak this year.
He's got 11, I think, right
yeah,
now.
I was going to say he's in the middle of another one. So,
Oh.
all right, Mike, you are still there.
Good job, Mike.
And we move on to question number 3. Sticking with the hitting streaks, what AL Central player has the longest hit streak in baseball this season with 22 games? Wow. AL Central player, which one has the longest hitting streak in baseball with 22 games?
I'm gonna pass it over.
Oh, he's playing the game. And he's going to pass. Good idea, Mike.
AL Central's where players go to disappear from view.
Even though they do have some good players in the AL.
Yeah, and one of them is Bobby Witt Jr., and I think he had a long one earlier this year. I'm going with him. Oh,
I'm sorry, Mike.
Sorry.
Hey, you played the right game.
Yeah,
You played the
good,
right game.
Good try there, Mike. We'll get you next time.
Yep, we will.
Okay.
Bobby Witt Jr., not as good as he was last year when he was on my fantasy team and won me my second championship.
How are we going to hear about your fantasy team for like the rest of the time?
No, you notice I didn't talk much about it this year because they weren't very good. So,
but you talked about it enough.
I sure did.
Yeah,
and I loved it. Travis, you're up next.
I don't care that you loved it. The listeners don't love it.
How are you doing, Travis?
Doing good, brother.
All right,
Travis,
so you
you want
ready
to
to
hear
play?
anything about before you play? Would you like to hear? Would you like to hear Scraby's fantasy roster?
No. Travis just wants to play. All
I know
right,
he does.
Here we go, Travis.
Joking.
Question number 1.
First time player.
Oh, Travis gets
first
in there.
time player. We moved to
boy.
second question. Travis, which NFL team has scored the most points in football so far this season?
That's a what is that? Oh, 2-pointer.
Yeah, 2-pointer.
Yeah.
I'll go Baltimore Ravens.
What with the Raven? He got it.
Nice job.
Wow.
Wow.
Good job, Travis.
They have 111 points. I have it up here behind
It's not
me.
the
but-
Dolphins? Not for
No,
sure.
it's not the Dolphins.
Oh, interesting.
It was the Colts until yesterday when the Ravens played and scored 30 points. So
very good.
All right,
Okay,
nice job, Travis.
You've earned your way to number 3.
Yeah, here we go. This is a really tough question, but it's question number 3. Who is the only pitcher to lead both the National League and American League in shutouts in the same season? Who is the only pitcher to lead both the National League and American League in shutouts in the same season?
Shutouts?
Say that again?
I don't know. I'm going to pass one off to Chris.
Okay, he's going to pass it. All right. Nice job, Travis.
Okay, what was this question again?
Who is the
Somebody had the most shutouts in 2 leagues in the same year.
Correct.
All right, the first thing I have to do here is figure this out. And the only
This came from MLB.com.
Okay, the only way I can figure this out is to think that somebody did this recently. And the reason I say that is because, did it in a sense where there's hardly any shutouts. So I'm thinking somebody had 1 in each league or 2 in each league. I'm going to try Garrett Cole.
Oh, I mean, why not?
My thought. No!
Wow, Travis is the winner.
First-time player.
Travis.
It
is.
So what is this? Yeah, that's a good question. I think it's a good question. You never know with you, Scraby.
This would have been tough, but I did it because Tony has talked about this season many times.
Tony Gwynn Jr.
When CC Sabathia came from the
Yankees
Indians
to the Indians to the Brewers.
Yes.
He led the National League in shutouts coming after he came to the Brewers. That's great.
Both.
That's a great question.
That was MLB.com. So
really good question.
All right. Well, that's it.
Well, and especially good for
Travis,
our guy Travis there. I'm looking this up just because I want to make sure. 2008, Sabathia tied with Ben Sheets and also tied for the American League. Yeah, he did it.
So
very good.
Wait, CC's tied with Gavin Sheets' father?
Ben Sheets is not Gavin Sheets' father. Gavin Sheets' father is a former catcher named Larry.
Larry,
Sheets.
That's it.
Yeah.
All right.
I know that's it, Scraby. I love.
Is it true? That's it. No,
that's it.
No, I knew it was. I thought I don't know. Never mind.
Gavin Sheets, not related to Ben Sheets, pitcher for the Brew Crew back in the day.
All right,
that's a great question though. CC Sabathia tied for the league lead in both both leagues.
You remember?
Same year.
You remember when Tony yesterday or 2 days ago? Yesterday he was like, "So I was talking to my good friend CC Sabathia.
He loves CC. Hey,
name dropper.
Hey, he's allowed.
He is.
He's allowed.
If
I do say so myself. I was down, by the way, waiting to go into the locker room last night after the game, and one of the things they have down under the stadium or the stands down there around Petco Park. They have a framed placard that has the starting lineup of the opening game for every season in Padre history. So
I look at that all the time.
Yeah, it's really interesting to go back through some of the opening day lineups. But there it is, 2010, leading off for your Padres.
Tony
TG Jr. Yeah,
Gwynn Jr.
Yeah.
Jr.
And that was the year that they almost won the division.
Yes,
the Giants caught and passed them, and the Giants won the World Series.
Yep.
Annoying.
I'll never forget when we first started working and I threw that in Tony's face, forgetting that he was on the 2010 team.
Yeah, not a great subject, Scrape. Not a great subject.
He was like, thanks for
nothing.
Digging that into my ribs.
Yeah. All right. Well, Tony's going to be back when we come back because he was down in the clubhouse last night, and one of the many interviews he had was with I know he's my favorite Padre, straight up, and I think he's right up there with Tony's favorite. And we're talking about Jake Cronenworth. That and maybe a couple other interviews. See how many we can get to when we come back after traffic.
From the
Back, Gwynn and Chris, 4:21. Which makes it a little after midnight in Pango Pango. That's great.
Yes,
been a while since we've revisited the clock there.
It has been.
Baseball scoreboard. We don't do a lot of scoreboard on the show, but all these, games matter as races are coming down to the wire. Reds have gotten on the board, but still trail Pittsburgh 4-2, top of the third in Cincinnati. Reds are currently tied with the Mets for the final wild card. Mets are playing the Cubs in Chicago. That hasn't started yet. The big one in the American League, Detroit at Cleveland. Tigers lead down to 1 game over Cleveland in the AL Central. It was once 15.5. And by all rights, this would be the biggest blown division lead or whatever in baseball history if the Tigers blow it.
Ugh.
But
you don't want to be on that team.
No, you don't want to be remembered for that. Detroit has jumped out to a 1-0 lead here in the third inning, and Scooble's on the mound. So Tigers are counting on Scooble to save the day. Elsewhere, nothing really. Everything's, no score early in the game, etc., other than the Phillies on the board with a Schwarber bomb, 54th of the year. Cal Raleigh's up to 58, by the way.
He's going to get 60.
Well, he's got 5 games to get 60. They are playing the Rockies this week.
At home?
In Seattle, but it's still the Rockies. Did you know that, the Rockies minus win or whatever, over under? No, sorry.
Run differential.
Run differential is minus 404.
Wow.
That is 60 runs worse than the worst ever in baseball history. Wow. So they're 60 runs worse than the other worst.
Wow.
And they still got time to make it even worse.
They're minus 404.
Yeah.
That is brutal.
Here's the other note.
Yet they get 45,000 people in that stadium still.
I know. The other one that I didn't even know, just a reminder, the Mariners. The Mariners have won 14 of the last 15. Did you know that? I didn't know they were that hot.
Yes, I did.
14-1 run for the Mariners right now. Okay, let's get to last night. Padres have won 3 in a row, the third of which put them in the postseason and sent Tony Gwynn down to the locker room to visit with guys like Jake Cronenworth celebrating.
Jake, you've been here for a minute now. Yep. You've got to experience some of the lows. You're getting to experience a lot of the highs now. Back-to-back years, you guys head to the postseason. How important is this for you?
I don't know if it's important for me. I think it's special. I think it's, this group, what we've been able to build over the last 6 years. It's just crazy to think about that I've been here for 6 years now. I think I've been saying it all night. It goes back to Peter and his vision of this team and what he invested in this group and in the city and the fan base. And, I think that's what it goes all back to.
I think, in my personal opinion, you're one of the most underrated ball players on this club. Not just because you do a little bit of everything. Today it was the glove work. You had the diving stop. I mean, for you, when you set out every day, what is your mindset like? Because it could be with the bat, it could be with the glove.
No, I think, ultimately, we've spoke about this in the past. It's how can I help this team win today? Maybe on the base, maybe in the field, maybe with my bat, but it's making that commitment to this group that no matter how the field is going and the at-bats are going, I'm going to be locked in when it matters most.
This was not as smooth as it was last year when you guys got rolling. Yet you guys showed some gumption and stayed with it the whole year. I mean, what does that say about this group of guys that you guys got in here?
I think the biggest thing is resiliency. They've had a lot of injuries throughout the year. When I went down, Jackson went down, Bogey, starting pitching, bullpen. Seems like on all sides of the ball, it's affected us, but this group has maintained its kind of MO and stayed with it, even though it's been tough we've had some tough stretches, but I think it's a testament to the group and the coaching staff and the front office, and to stick with the plan and keep moving forward.
5 games to go in the regular season before the fun begins. What do you think the goal is in these final 5 for you guys as you guys head into the playoffs?
We're going to be playing against, obviously we got 2 more against these guys who are a really good team, and they're in the position they are for a reason. And then we're playing the D-backs as well, who are potentially on the verge of going to the postseason as well. So I think it'll be good for us. We're going to be playing postseason baseball for the next 5 days.
Well, congratulations, man. Enjoy yourself.
Jake not in the lineup tonight, getting a chance to rest after the celebration last night. Again, you go ahead and read that analytically he covers no ground at second base, and I'll just show you the play made last night to save the game. That to me is Jake Cronenworth in a nutshell. The analytics may say whatever they say. He seems to find a way to get it done more times than not. And that's why I'm a big Jake fan. One quick note on the game Friday. You brought this to my attention, and then we're going to go to break because we have a big 5. Not only are we broadcasting live before the game Friday at Baja Rick's, and we invite everybody to come down, join us for the show on your way into the ballpark. But Friday night, tear in my eye, Scrabe, final night ever for the Padre City Connects. They will have new City Connects. Yeah, thank you. I need a little more crying. It's a big deal. Yeah, it's a big one.
I mean, some people are very happy this is going away.
I never got that. Like, I've always liked the City Connects, not just because the Padres gave me a free one. Hint, hint, if you want to give me another one next year, I'll be happy about it. But I just thought they were okay. And I would tell you, I think, if I didn't like them, I'm pretty, fashion savvy on uniforms.
Oh, on uniforms.
You
did go to uniform.com or whatever.
Yeah, no, I love uniform stuff. But no, the Padres I don't know if everybody's even knows this. Is it common knowledge?
I don't know if it's common knowledge, but it's out there for sure.
Now it's going to be more common knowledge. If you didn't know, the City Connects Friday night will be the last time they wear these. Next year, Padres are debuting new City Connects.
Supposedly.
Supposedly. We should say supposedly. But
reportedly.
But Friday night will be your last time with the what are they? Mauve and mint.
Yeah,
I know the green side is called mint.
Yeah, and then the other
side
is
hot
I don't
pink. Know. Yeah. But those are going away.
John says, I'm so happy they were the ugliest uniforms in baseball.
You're not alone, John, because a lot of people agree with you.
I will say that the Phillies uniforms are uglier than the Padres uniforms. I would say the Philly City Connect. I would say that the White Sox uniforms,
the other night,
red and black, it's not good.
Texas Rangers, ugliest of every team in all of baseball. City Connects, black pants, white tops.
Oh, the Giants ones were pretty bad a couple years ago when they were like the orange sickles.
Yeah, not thinking the Padres had the worst City Connects. I just, for my taste. But their Friday will be your last night, so keep that in mind.
I don't think anybody's going to be happy. They could put the coolest looking uniform that has input from every single fan, and
what would be the coolest looking?
I think people really want something with the 98 colors, the orange and the navy, but I don't know.
All right, we'll see what they do. Reportedly, next year.
Reportedly, we'll see what they do.
All right, Big 5 is next. Bad day for coaches out there, and also find out what Scraby's real malady is. It's coming up.
Sharp Health.
I actually got in trouble once when I worked at the bank for looking up a celebrity, and it was totally wrong on my part. Totally wrong.
Looking up their account number?
Just I searched their name in the account system, and
Scrappy, what is wrong with you?
I was like 19.
You'd be better off. You'd be better off admitting that you wore your underwear inside out. Frankly,
This guy is just searching up people's accounts.
It only happened that one time because I got caught.
How did you get caught?
The account was flagged, and anybody taking a look at it gets logged. And so I got called into the boss's office like 3 days later.
What did that come? I'm sorry, I gotta ask, but nobody's supposed to be doing this preview. What did that conversation? How did it go?
Well, why were you looking up Paris Hilton? Is that who it was?
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Oh my goodness.
I can neither confirm. That's really funny, Chris, that you just yelled out that name out of all names.
No.
But I walked in, I got called into the office, and I sat down,
gosh.
and all my boss, I loved her. She was great. Her name was Sharon. Amazing boss. She just slid the piece of paper in front of me.
You knew
said, "Did you visit this account?" And I looked. Yeah. She was like, "We're going to have to write you up for this. And if you do it again, we're going to have to fire you." And I said, "I'll never do it again." And I got out of there as soon as possible. I took everything, but it was not good. Not good.
Just curiosity, huh? He's like, I wonder how much they have in their account.
Yeah. I mean, before I got caught, I did look up athletes. And,
oh my God. I'm so glad you're sitting in this seat now.
Yes, I'm so happy you're not doing any job that can be dangerous to people's futures.
This was in the first year that I was there. I learned my lesson thoroughly.
Chris, as I said, as soon as they walked in, there was like,
yeah,
that's our guy right there.
That's our window.
We're going to take him down.
Yep.
Just lucky I didn't get caught for like, I can't even say. I'll tell you guys off break whose account I saw and how much money they had sitting in their checking account.
And this was how long ago, too, by the way?
2009, 10. Way before I became a good person.
Didn't Bank America end up getting in trouble? Or was that, it was one of those banks got in trouble?
All of them get in trouble for selling information. But
I heard folks like you.
I wasn't selling any information. I was just wanting to see what was going on.
Curious.
I didn't check their account activity, which I could have. Been like, oh, they bought this here. I'm going to go up there. You know, I'm not that creepy.
Well, that's stock.
Oh, yeah, you're not that bad.
I'm not that creepy.
This is amazing, by the way. We're supposed to be doing.
How are we supposed to do baseball picks under these
I don't think we can
circumstances?
anymore. I think we gotta push it. You guys never did it? Well, I mean,
no, Scrape. We didn't
Really? Okay. Like you work at a bank, you're looking at people's account information?
That's
unbelievable.
It only happened for a little bit, and then I got
only for a little bit.
I can't stop laughing at this because it is quite hilarious, Scrape.
But you were saying that I may have gotten robbed or whatever. I actually did get robbed when I worked in San Francisco, and they're called quick change artists.
How long did you work in the banking industry?
8 years. I was a teller supervisor when I finished. I was also the merchant teller, which took in around $150,000 in cash a day. Guess what? Always balanced at the end of the day.
Yeah, I bet.
But there was a guy who walked in. He had about $5,000 in hundreds, and he handed it to me. He said, "Can I get 50s for these?" And I said, you know, it's pretty annoying that he wants
$5,000 in
hundreds, and he wanted $5,000 in 50s. He just wanted 50s instead of hundreds. So I had to go get it from the vault. I come back. I'm starting to count it out, and then he's like starting to ask me questions as I'm counting it out.
He's trying to
what
did I tell you, Chris? This is what I'm talking about.
That window right there.
Hey, this guy was so good that no one saw it coming. But so when I started getting mad at him because I counted out the 50s, he goes, "What are you doing?" I asked for 20s. And I'm like, what? You did not ask for 20s. You asked for 50s, bro. Yeah. I had to go to the vault to get those 50s.
Hey, Tony's back. We're ready for it. Coaches getting canned. And Scraby boxing up his life.
Oh, I see what you did.
Yeah,
there.
we'll explain. Listen up after traffic.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury.
This game day traffic report is brought to you by Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water. Jam-packed southbound on the 805 just before the 52, all because of a crash. And you're loaded up southbound on the 15 as you approach the 805 with another accident and getting word of a collision northbound on the 5 just past the 163. What makes Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water different? We always bottle our Alpine Spring Water less than 1.5 miles from the spring source. And all our bottles are made with 50% recycled plastic from our own recycling plants. Crystal Geyser, bottles at the spring source. I'm Sue Aller with Gwynn and Chris, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
It's that time of the show when we check on the latest in sports. Only the most important topics and questions are brought to light.
Stop what you're doing and listen.
These news stories will astound and amaze you. The one, the only.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
The Big Five starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
For as many things that Chris and I disagree on, we might come together on Family Guy and our love for Family Guy, because Chris does that Peter Griffin every single time.
I like that.
You do.
Because I agree with that. Who the hell cares?
Okay.
Give us the stories. Let's go.
The Big Five is brought to you by your local Kia dealers. Visit kia.com to discover movement that inspires.
Number 5.
All right, we've talked a bunch about the Padres today, so I'm going to leave this spot for another baseball story. And Jeff Passan tweeted out earlier, which if he tweets it, it's definitely official, but he tweeted, Major League Baseball is going to implement a challenge system for balls and strikes in the 2026 season after the league's competition committee voted to usher in the era of robot umpiring. Teams will receive 2 challenges to dispute calls by the home plate umpire. He also put up a video of last night's umpire for the Padres and the Brewers and said this is why it's needed.
Yeah, last night was a rough one.
It was. Tony, you're up first here. There's going to be detractors on this whole automated balls and strike system. We know that. But is this, you think, going to be as smooth a transition as the pitch clock was?
No. And you know why? Is because unlike the pitch clock, I think this one is kind of being rammed down the throat of the players. This isn't a, MLB is just implementing this, right? Usually, and they can via the collective bargaining agreement. But I think unlike the pitch clock, which was kind of negotiated, I think, through getting back on the field by both sides, I think there's going to be more resistance early because of the way it's being implemented. I think they had kind of been going about it, I would say, the right way, using it in the minor leagues. And they initially said it wasn't ready yet, right? If I recall, it wasn't ready. And now all of a sudden they're going to push it through. And you wonder how the players are going to take to the fact that it's being basically rammed down their throat. And I don't think they're opposed to it. I don't want to mistake it as they don't. Because I think a lot of these guys would like the idea of the pitch clock. I just think it's going to be on the principle of how it's being kind of forced on them. I think is going to be the issue. But I think ultimately it'll all be all right in the end.
All right, don't ask Max Scherzer what he wants to do with this, because
we know how Max feels about it. Yeah,
we did him and Walker Buehler.
If they came up with implemented an idea where every pitcher got a check for $10,000, Max Scherzer would find a problem with that. So
he already has the money.
Yeah, right. But let's be honest. First of all, do they really, really need it? I'm just asking because, and I know the umpire last night was bad, but according to the official statistics, et cetera, umpires get the call right 94% of the time. And I'm assuming the other 6% are mostly missed by an inch or two at the most. So is this really necessary? Having said that, I think it's going to be okay. I do. Yeah. And I think people are going to, eventually come around to figuring out when to use it, when not to use it, when to challenge, when not to. I think you'll see some pitchers upset that the outside corner gets taken away from them. Some batters will be upset on some curve balls that I think will feel like they're above the zone, but it may catch that little white line as they break downward. And so you're going to have some pushback there. But ultimately, I finally came around to it. We have the technology, so let's use it.
Do we?
Well, that's the thing. That's what Tony's bringing up. Is it really ready? And so, let's see. But I think the new sign language in all of the sports universe now, anytime Scraby says something silly, I'm going to go,
you're just going to tap your head.
Make you say it again.
I mean, there's
the tap on the head is going to be introduced to the lexicon of our world.
There's two. The earmuffs for the replay.
Right, yeah.
And then the tap on the head for the balls.
Yeah, everything will be tap of the head. Yeah. Come again?
We're gonna see high schoolers getting kicked out of the game for this. We're gonna see college players getting kicked out of the game for this.
Wait till I call a foul on a kid in basketball and he gives me the head tap. That won't be long.
How do coaches know whether or not they're trying to come out of the game? Because Anthony Richardson can do this, and things can get misconstrued a little bit.
Yeah.
The only thing I hate about the ABS system is that if a centimeter or less than a centimeter hits the strike zone, then it's called a strike. But it's the same
the other way.
Yeah, how do you think hitters have felt all these years with a centimeter of the baseball?
Saying. Yeah, I don't. I know. Tony just did like a ripper type strikeout.
Ah, my man,
John Tom Payne.
John Tom Payne is this way.
He's the slasher.
I love Tom Payne.
I know a strike is anything that touches the zone, but to me, it should be more than half the ball has to be in the zone.
Then you'd be.
I agree with that, Scravy. I think a lot of hitters would agree with that.
You tell everyone in that clubhouse.
Okay, the hitters would agree with that, but then are you going to have to get a ruler out to measure exactly what
because
percentage
the
of the ball
knows.
is in there?
The system knows, but when we saw that,
because if I recall in spring training, it was even giving like how much it missed by when it was on the board.
It did say that,
Right.
Yeah,
Well,
it's weird.
It's going to be an adjustment, but I'm giving baseball the benefit of the doubt because all the adjustments have worked so far.
I tell you what, that's going to be the adjustment to the ABS. It's going to be like, can we get it so that if it's a half a ball, it's a strike. Anything less is a ball.
It's crazy to think that a ball in the low outside corner that barely hits the zone is going to be called a strike now if a pitcher taps their head.
According to Roberto Ortiz, some of those were even further off, and he was calling those a strike yesterday. So
I saw that.
It was problematic.
Number 4.
The problem is when an umpire has no consistency, because if a player, you guys have said this all the time.
Sure.
If the umpire is calling high strikes, you know to swing at the high strike.
Right. But if you're calling it once and then not calling it,
giving Nick Pivetta the high curveball and not the other guy. The New York Liberty announced that coach Sandy Brondello's contract was not going to be renewed today, 4 days after the defending champions were eliminated in the first round of the playoffs. Now, she did win a championship last year with the New York Liberty.
Oh, that was so long ago.
And GM Jonathan Kolb said, quote, "We would like to thank Sandy Brondello for her everlasting impact."
Oh, whatever.
Sandy finishes her tenure in New York as the winningest coach in franchise history.
It's ridiculous.
And she took us to never-before-seen heights as the first head coach to lead the Liberty to a championship.
Oh, they said all of this?
This is what they said on her way out the door.
Lord.
Yeah.
We wish Sandy the very best in her next chapter.
I bet they do.
Quote. All right, Chris, does winning a championship actually buy you anything as a coach?
Well, number one, apparently not. Number two, my reaction to this news that the New York Liberty have decided to fire their coach who won a championship last year is...
You're gonna review it?
Tapping my head. Yeah,
Okay,
review
you're
that decision.
Reviewing that decision.
Well, there's no guarantee that the next person is going to do better. That's what bothers me is they assume if they make a change that someone else will be better. I mean, who's to say they're going to be able to accomplish what she accomplished? So, I'll be rooting.
Really hard to accomplish what she accomplished.
I would think.
So.
I mean, I'll be rooting against the Liberty for this decision.
I don't mind that. Tony, what do you think? Does winning a championship actually buy you anything as a coach?
Yeah, it buys you the next season. Apparently,
right. It bought her this season.
You got this season, and you better win again, or you get in the. Because by the way, I mean the WNBA is 3 rounds. Like it's not like you get bounced and it's like you've had you're getting bounced in like the round way before you get to anything.
Yeah, they had a great season. I mean, they were way over 500, and they
without their star player.
And Brianna Stewart missed a lot of the season, so they don't take anything into account.
It's kind of mind blowing to me that you could have that kind of success and still get fired. They would at least have a decent excuse if they didn't make the playoffs this year.
Yeah.
And like they had
she kind of lost it or things didn't work out. But
there was none of that. There was none of that at all. And, I just think that this is kind of, if you're a coach, like, do you really want, I mean, yes, you do want this job because it pays well, but I'm just saying, like,
there's no security.
There's just, you don't know if you're going to be there, no matter how good you do.
Yeah. Didn't the Valkyries fire their coach?
Yes.
No. Yeah,
did
they?
They?
Yes.
No, she was coach of the year. No, she won Coach of the Year. The Valkyries coach just won Coach of the Year.
Okay, maybe I
don't think it was her, but I think that's another team. And it's I can't remember which one it was.
No, Fever's still in it. They didn't fire their coach.
No.
I thought I saw it. Maybe it wasn't the Valkyries.
I don't think it was the Valkyries.
She got fired.
I don't think it was the Valkyries. She won the Coach of the Year. That would be crazy if they did that. I will answer your – yeah, I know.
Sandy won the championship.
I will answer your question, though. Another answer to your does it buy you anything? The one thing it may buy her is another opportunity.
That's true.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So somebody might look and say, hey, she was successful before.
Number 3.
From one fired coach to another fired coach. Oklahoma State fired Mike Gundy. I'm a man. I'm 40. No more.
I'm an unemployed man.
I was thinking
I'm 58.
That's right. And I'm 58 looking for work.
Now get this. He was the second longest tenured FBS head coach of 21 seasons, and it's effective immediately today. Athletic Director Chad Weiberg praised Gundy's leadership in his statement. I'm not going to read you the
tell
entire.
You how great he was again.
Should I just reread the Liberty and put Gundy as the coach in there?
Speech,
because it's the same exact thing. They lost to 19-12 to Tulsa over the weekend, which made them 1-2, and comes less than 24 hours after Gundy publicly committed to the program beyond 2025. So he did that. They called him into the office, and then they fired him.
So
Tony,
thanks, but no thanks.
Yeah, Tony, here's where I want to go with this. Does a longtime coach like Mike Gundy at least deserve to finish the season?
No, I don't think anybody is above, having to take an exit early. No, despite the success. By the way, it's been a while since Mr. Gundy has had that kind of success at Oklahoma State. No, I don't think so. I mean, unless, you're like an all-time great and are in the midst of a good season. Yeah, I don't think anybody is owed to be able to finish the season. How often I feel like we're critical often of teams that know they're not going to keep the coach after the year and they let him stay on anyway, as opposed to maybe, getting started on whatever, it is. Because that's the thing about college football, especially if you don't plan on bringing the guy back, it's probably in your best interest to move quickly because of all of the portals and transfers and what happens to those kids that are already on scholarship if you don't have a coach, or if you have a coach that's kind of a lame duck coach. So I don't think anybody, especially in college football, is entitled to be able to finish the season. I would like to see that, but I understand why it's not the case.
You changed my mind a little bit because the recruiting, they need a direction if they're going to recruit.
Yeah,
so they can't be recruiting and then fire Mike Gundy.
Got to give the new guy as much time
what
as
do you
possible.
think,
Like
Chris?
Mike Gundy's not going to be with us next year, but you might want to come. We don't know who we're going to have, but come on down to our school.
That sounds like a terrible sales pitch. Yeah. I don't know who's going to be the coach, but come on down. Chris,
we got a spot for you.
What do you think?
To answer your question, I don't think they have to wait to the end of the season for all the reasons that Tony said. But I think for all of these reasons, I think Oklahoma State looks like crap right here. Oklahoma State had 3 10-win seasons in 104 years of football.
Wow.
Before he got there. Then they did it 9 times. Yeah. He won a winning season 18 out of 20 years. Okay, last year was only the second losing season he had, and he's off to a slow start this year. He got him up to number 3 in the nation. Anyway, my point is, incredibly successful tenure, and this is how you thank him for that. I just think it's weak. In general, the quote from the president is, we're doing what's best for our university. Really? Tell that to the donors who are going to have to give him $15 million to send him out the door.
Is that the buyout?
Yeah. He gets $15 million to leave.
That is a good. Can I be Mike Gundy? I want to get fired.
And the donors are going to have to pay the new coach probably a similar amount of money.
Yeah.
So, these things, again, I think he's been way too successful in general to deserve this. I know losing to Tulsa is a low point, and I get it, but
Sorry, Tulsa people.
Right. Yeah. Sorry about that, Tulsa. But I do think it's wildly unfair.
I will say, and I am not a Gundy apologist.
You're a Gundite.
Gundite.
I'm not a Gundy apologist. But Oklahoma State did stand by him on some things that were quite questionable at times.
That's a good one too.
When most of us were looking at Oklahoma State like, what do y'all got going on over there?
Well,
you know
again, but doesn't that speak to all they care about is the win and loss thing, right? So if you're winning,
right.
we'll put up with anything.
You're right.
Wasn't
You're
it?
right.
Wasn't
it? Just wasn't. He wasn't winning enough because I didn't really. When I said that he hasn't had the successful year, I meant like the top 3s and 5s that he had been. They had fallen more closer to 500, maybe a little bit better than that over the past few years.
Yeah.
But Chris is right.
Didn't he like defend a student football player who was like drunk driving? He's like, everybody has a couple beers every once in a while and drives.
Definitely did. That was one of them.
That player's now a rookie running back for the Dolphins, Ollie Gordon.
That's who it is.
Yeah,
I love Ollie Gordon. He's awesome. He is awesome.
You're defending him too.
He is a hard runner. I like that guy.
Well, I'm glad you like him.
That's not all he is.
He's a hard drinker too.
I was going to say he's a possible drunk driver, maybe. Giants head coach Brian Daboll announced today that Russell Wilson is moving to the bench. Let's ride to the bench, he said in a phone call to Russell Wilson.
No, he did not.
I
was about to say, damn.
But yes, Jackson Dart is going to be the starting quarterback on Sunday against the Chargers. Now, Brian Daboll's been a little confusing about Russell Wilson's job security, but I think this answers every question that we have about how he
Not
feels.
confusing anymore.
No, there were a ton of boos for Russell Wilson on Sunday Night Football, and I kind of felt bad for him a little bit because I didn't think he deserved it. And fans have been calling for this to happen since before the year. So, Chris, you're up first.
Okay.
Was this move out of public pressure or because Russell Wilson hasn't been great?
By the way, I have it on strict authority from a lot of my sources in New York City. The phone call from Brian Daboll to Russell Wilson said, "Let's dismount." And Russell Wilson had to, no more ride. Yeah,
that was so good.
It was so bad, it was good, right? It was so bad, it was good.
Dismount.
Let's dismount. I think I think there's a lot of pressure, public pressure on this one, because I think the coach himself, he needs to win some games pretty quick.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? If you're Brian Daboll, you got
his job's on the line.
Right, his job's on the line, and they're losing. And now you're going to put it in the hands of a rookie who has to learn at least for a month or two. Russell Wilson, to me, still gives you a better chance to win right now and help save Brian Daboll's job. So I don't know that this was Brian Daboll's call.
Yeah, it could be front office, GM, CEO.
People hearing the boos from the crowd.
The Mara family.
I think so.
Tony, was this move out of public pressure or because Russell Wilson hasn't been great?
No, this was inevitable. I mean, you can't draft a quarterback in the first round in New York and not expect that those fans is going to want to see that first rounder, especially when you've been bad. And so I agree with Chris. I don't know that this is going to work. I don't know that Jackson Dart is that guy that they are hoping he's going to be. I mean, there were a lot of question marks come draft time when they took him. So I do ultimately agree, though. Brian Daboll, his job is on the line. It was on the line before he made the draft pick. I think that's part of the reason why he made the draft pick. And so, I don't think. Yes, Russell hasn't played that great, but I take that back. He was leading the league in passing yards going into this last week.
His fourth quarter against Dallas was about as good as anybody could do. Yeah, frankly.
Yeah,
except for that.
So I don't know that he's played bad enough to lose his job, but I think this was always the inevitable outcome that Dart was going to be the quarterback.
I predicted it in my bold
Good for
prediction.
you, Scrape.
I said Jackson Dart comes in, takes him to the playoffs.
Number one.
Oh, playoffs! That you guys,
that part of the prediction may not come true.
I also said week 6, so I 2 weeks early on.
Now you got early. He's early, so he should definitely be leading to the playoffs.
He should. Their season's not over yet. This is not a sports related thing, but I was talking to a friend over the weekend, and
Is this a question?
Yeah, they called me out for something I don't think is weird at all, but they asked me personally to ask you two if you think it's weird. And so here it is. I tend to keep boxes that stuff comes in. For example, I had to buy a TV last year, And I have the box my TV came in stored away so that when I need to transport the TV, I know it's safe and secure. I also have my desktop PC box. I also have my PS5 box. And every single bobblehead that I have is still in the box. So this friend thinks I have a box problem, and I'm just creating clutter because you can move a TV securely without the box. So, Tony, you're up first here. Does this make me weird that I keep all of my old electronics boxes?
I don't know if it makes you weird, but you're definitely on a hoarding path right now.
I was going to ask, do you stack newspapers in the corner?
No, I don't get the newspapers.
All right.
You're on a hoarding path.
Yeah, this doesn't
for
look
sure.
good.
You certainly would not be allowed at Mrs. Gwynn's house. Am I talking
Casa
about
de
my wife?
Gwynn?
You wouldn't be allowed in my house either.
She would
I
not
can't
allow
stand
for
this
these
idea.
boxes to be in the house longer
They're
than
out
a
of
day.
the way. No one can see
No.
them when I need to move
They're
my
taking
TV.
You're lucky you have that kind of room.
Right,
If you ever, yeah,
Right.
You better. I think this is a habit you better break sooner rather than later, because at
Why?
some
Yeah.
point you're going to live somewhere where you're not able to do this, and we're going to walk into your living room and you're going to have to move the box.
You're gonna look
so
like
I can
a
watch
hoarder.
the football game.
Yeah, you're gonna look like a hoarder.
And then when
Yeah,
they
for
say,
sure.
"Why do you have that box in here?" I'll be like, "Well, when I move, I need to transport the TV, so I need to put it in the box."
Especially a TV box. That's not a small box.
No, it's a pretty large box.
Maybe you should take a clue from your own idea and move now. Just go move.
Right, so you can get rid of these boxes.
Right.
dude.
So
Tony, you don't have your
put your hoarding to
Xbox
use.
box?
Hell no.
Really?
I went out and tried to buy. I went out and looked for an Xbox bag so I could get
Yeah,
rid of
yeah.
the box.
Yeah.
Wow.
The boxes just take up space.
I become
They take
pretty
up space.
expert at breaking down the boxes Lori buys stuff
Me
in
too.
and
Me
tossing
too.
them out that
Do
day.
you want to break down all the boxes that I have then? Because I don't like doing that.
If it would help, I might come over and do that, yes.
Well, to everybody listening, I am not getting rid of the TV box. That is
You're a hoarder, bro.
I'm okay.
Hey, Tony, we know what to
maybe.
buy him for Christmas this year. Just buy him a
Boxes.
box. He doesn't need anything in it.
I'm like a
Make them
child.
empty boxes.
I'm like a 4-year-old. Just give me a box and I'll be fine.
Okay.
All right. I think my friend won on that one.
I think so.
There you go. That's it for the Big Five. When we get back, we have to preview this game tonight between the Brewers and the
There's a game?
Padres. Yes, there is a game. I felt that when I woke up this morning. I'm like, season's over until next Tuesday. No. We'll talk about it when we get back here on 97.3 The Fan.
San Diego isn't just a baseball town, it's a sports city. From the Aztecs to San Diego FC and the fierce rivalries in ice.
What are we doing, guys?
I'm going to see the museum for the first time ever. It's going to be sweet. See my dad's plaque. See where Trevor's plaque is going to be. It's going to be pretty dope.
Chris,
I'm
where
going
do
to
you
go to the Hall of Fame for the second time because I went earlier today, but I'm going in to see Tony go into the Hall of Fame. So all the way straight back left.
Straight back left.
Straight on that back wall.
This one?
Yeah.
How you feeling, Tony?
I don't know how I'm feeling right now, honestly.
Excited?
I'm definitely excited. Hello. Eric, how you doing? Pretty good.
Wow. Just like I told you, next to the famous Barney Dreyfuss and Leslie Wilkinson, whoever they are.
That does look like them.
I know. It's a good shot. They don't do them all that great. That one's good. Really good.
I missed a year. 300. Must have been bad. Huh? I used to be. Not anymore, though.
Oh, it's so cool. What team did you play on?
I can give you a long list of them. Brewers, Padres, Dodgers, Phillies, Nationals.
What position did you play?
I played outfield. This was my dad. Oh, there's Dick Williams, Goose.
And what, on TV?
I think He'd be pretty happy with his company over here. So,
what are you thinking of seeing it for the first time?
I'm thinking hot. I'm quite warm right now, but it's cool. I mean, it's what I thought it was going to be. I mean, not too many people can say they have a dad that's enshrined in this place. So I think this is awesome.
What are we doing, guys?
I'm going to see the museum for the first time ever. It's going to be sweet. See my dad's plaque. See where Trevor's plaque is going to be. It's going to be pretty dope.
Chris, I'm going to go to the Hall of Fame for the second time because I went earlier today, but I'm going in to see Tony go into the Hall of Fame. So all the way straight and back left.
Straight back left.
Straight on that back wall.
This one?
Yeah.
How you feeling, Tony?
I don't know how I'm feeling right now, honestly.
Excited?
I'm definitely excited. Hello, Eric. How you doing? Pretty good.
Wow. Just like I told you, next to the famous Barney Dreyfuss and Leslie Wilkinson, whoever they are.
That does look like them.
I know. It's a good shot. They don't do them all that great. That one's good. Really good.
I missed a year. 300. Must have been bad. Huh? I used to be. Not anymore, though.
Oh, it's so cool. What team did you play on?
I can give you a long list of them. Brewers, Padres, Dodgers, Phillies, Nationals.
What position did you play?
I played outfield. This was my dad. There's Dick Williams, Goose. I think he'd be pretty happy with his company over here. So,
what are you thinking of seeing it for the first time?
I'm thinking
I'm hot. I'm quite warm right now, but it's cool. I mean, it's what I thought it was going to be. I mean, not too many people can say they have a dad that's enshrined in this place. So I think this is awesome.
What are we doing, guys?
I'm going to see the museum for the first time ever. It's going to be sweet. See my dad's plaque. See where Trevor's plaque is going to be. It's going to be pretty dope.
Chris, I'm going to go to the Hall of Fame for the second time because I went earlier today, but I'm going in to see Tony go into the Hall of Fame. So all the way straight and back left.
Straight back left.
Straight on that back wall.
This one?
Yeah.
How you feeling, Tony?
I don't know how I'm feeling right now, honestly.
Excited?
Happy hour we go on what has been a rather happy day here following the Padres clinching of a playoff berth last night. Chris Ello, Tony Gwynn Jr., and Mr. Scraby. A little Gwynn and Chris here on San Diego's #1 sports talk station, 97.3. The Fan. 97.3 The Fan. We're going to be there Friday. Don't forget. Baja Rick's. Gas Lamp. Actually, right next door to Petco Park. And we'll be there. Braden Soprano will be doing his show in the morning. From 10 to 2, we'll be there after that. Scraby and I will be out there. We'll be giving away prizes like Fernando and Manny signed baseballs, Padre tickets. Speaking of which, I think I have a pair of Padre tickets to give away in like 10 minutes.
You do.
So if you tuned in just now, you picked a good time to tune in because I'm going to give you a chance to win these tickets in about 10. It'll be to this Friday's or Saturday's game, Scraby? Friday night. And then Friday, you and I will be giving away tickets for Saturday's game. So either way, a good couple of chances here to win some Padre tickets. Anyway, hopefully we'll see you Friday night or Friday afternoon at Baja Rick's for the live broadcast Brought to all of you by our friends at Santo Tequila. Looking forward to that very much, for sure. We got to check the scores because it's a big day in baseball. These games matter. The big one in the American League, Tigers trying to hold off the Guardians. A 1-game lead coming in. And so far, Scooble has delivered, Scraby. Shut him out through 5. Tigers lead Cleveland 2-0, top of 6. National League, you've got the Mets and the Reds tied for the wild card. The Reds are losing at home to the Pirates 4-2. They're in the bottom of the 5th. The Mets are losing at Wrigley to the Cubs 2-1. The 2 runs the Cubs scored. Thank you, Juan Soto, who looked like he had never played right field in his life.
That was a twisty-turny affair.
Yeah, trying to catch a fly ball. They ruled it a double, which is comical to me. But he missed it so bad that he never got his glove on it. So they had to call it a double. Anyway, Mets fans, I'm sure will disagree. Cubs have taken a 2-1 lead thanks to Soto's misadventures there. Happy Hour is brought to you by GL Pools, the swimming pool experts trusted by thousands of San Diegans since 2006. Baseball is back, so is swim season. Call now, mention radio, get a free month of pool service. Last night, we had a lot of fun. Scraby and I actually sat together in the press box. That doesn't normally happen. Watched a ball game together, enjoyed that, went down to the locker room. Little Padres celebration. Did you stay dry, by the way? You were next to Tony, who was covered with the poncho. And Braden asked me, he said, did you wear a poncho? I said, no. And the reason I didn't is because I think if you wear one, then players and the like think that they have the license to spray you. Whereas if you don't wear a poncho, you might not get sprayed as badly.
Yeah, I took
but you got sprayed
sprays.
Anyway. You took a few.
There was one in the beginning where, and then I've also learned. I've been lucky enough to do I think this is the 4th one I've done.
Done a few of these now.
So I have backup shirts in the car because I'm always really, really concerned that I'm going to be driving home and a cop pulls me over and I smell like
How
booze.
are you going to get around that one?
I'm just going to tell him I was in the Padres clubhouse.
I guess that's what you'd say. Yeah. I mean, because
it's the truth.
No, driving home last night, it smelled like a brewery. I mean, there's no question. If I would have got pulled over, I mean, it would have been better for me to be out drinking almost comparatively to all the beer that was covering my my shirt.
Yeah, but I right in the beginning, I think it was Jose Iglesias or Randy Vasquez, but we were standing next to them and one of them popped that bottle of champagne and it was aimed right at me.
You gotcha.
It did.
All right. The news, there is news with the Padres clinching the playoffs. There's other news in baseball today. After apparently looking at the video of the job by home plate umpire, what was his name? Robert Ortiz or something?
Yeah.
Mr. Ortiz last night at the Padre game. Baseball decided today was the day they better announce it. So the ABS, automatic ball strike challenge system, is in, and it will start next year.
For the playoff. Oh,
no,
wouldn't that be hilarious if it was the playoffs?
That might be much. That would be a little much. But next year, regular season, you'll see guys tapping their helmet or tapping their hat or whatever to, challenge the call on balls and strikes. So that's starting next year. Each team will get a maximum of 2 challenges per game. But really, they get 2 wrong challenges per game. Because if you get it right, you don't lose one. So if you get it right, you could challenge almost every call of the whole game if you got them all right.
Yeah, conceivably.
Conceivably, yeah.
But I do find it interesting because they put up on the TV with the rules of it, and that there's no dugout help whatsoever. It's pitcher, catcher, or batter that is allowed to do it. They're not allowed to look at the dugout for hey, challenge that thing. It's got to be on the pitcher, catcher, or batter, I like.
I think the catcher should have the best idea because he's catching it right over the plate.
I feel like catchers are also very they accept truth. They're not freaking out over a ball that's not called a strike when they know it's not a strike.
I don't, I've said this all along. Umpires get it 94% right? That is the rate. And the other 6% are probably pitches that miss by a quarter of an inch most times.
Yes.
So I don't know how necessary this is, but they're going to do it. And the one thing I will say, if the bases are loaded and it's a 3-2 pitch and your favorite batter is up and the ball is 1.5 feet outside, at least now he's not going to strike out on a bad call.
Yeah.
Because that can be maddening.
Yes, it can. I remember. I don't know why I remember this.
Though, the rest of it, I think, is going to be problematic because you're going to have a pitch an inch off, an inch on. Team's going to say, well, let's just challenge. It's the 9th inning. We got to try it. And you're going to see some stuff, go the way of however the video says. And I think that'll be.
I think it's also going to be very interesting to see how teams implement, like, who has ultimate authority over it, like which hitter. Manny Machado probably has ultimate authority over challenging.
Like, are you thinking that? Yeah, are we thinking Will Wagner makes a call?
I
inning?
don't think so. I don't think so.
Yeah,
unless it's like so egregious that he knows it's going to be overturned.
If the ball bounces, maybe he can try one.
Yeah.
But no, I think you're right. I think the higher up you are on the team, your hierarchy may have something to do with who actually makes the call on that.
It definitely
I don't know.
does.
All right. That's the news in baseball. There is a little football news to pass along. Giants are changing quarterbacks. Russell Wilson's out. Jackson Dart's in. You heard that in the Big Five. Buccaneers are going to miss star receiver Mike Evans 3 to 4 weeks. We already knew that CeeDee Lamb's out probably a month or so. Texans signed safety CJ Gardner-Johnson in the offseason. 3 games into the season, they've released him.
Yeah.
And the word is that he was just so problematic.
He was complaining about
in the
his
locker room,
and
total distraction.
Teammates.
That's what the word is. Maybe the team's just saying that to make it look better. If I'm the Dolphins, you've got to call this guy. I mean, Miami has no secondary.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's probably precisely why they won't call.
But do you really want to bring a guy in that's like that?
Well, that's right. You have to do a little homework and see whether he's really that divisive. But maybe
Mike McDaniels already has the Club Med of NFL teams.
Yeah,
so
this guy will love
why
it.
Why are you going to bring a guy who's already disgruntled?
Well, he'll love it. He won't have to do any work. One more thing. This shocked me. Uh-oh.
Oh,
did you see what happened there?
Yeah,
sorry if you're on the radio and you're like, what did that happen?
Ooh,
a Cleveland batter, and I don't know who it is yet.
It's Fry, because someone in the chat, Dominic in the chat, told me that Fry took a ball to the face.
Yeah, Scooble just threw a fastball and it hit him in the face.
And Scooble is upset.
Oh, Scooble is definitely
he took off his
not
hat.
Feeling it. Yeah, Scooble is like the pitcher is Scooble. He threw the pitch. But it hit Fry in the face, just flat in the face. And you just hope that,
I don't know.
I mean, he's down on his back right now. I don't know how long ago this was. It's on MLB Network, so this may have happened.
I think it was a little bit
ago. But, man, we'll have to keep your fingers crossed for Fry right now.
Yeah.
Because he took a shot. And you can see Scooble is, like, really visibly upset.
Yeah.
The pitcher.
He is. Because he took off his hat immediately, and he threw it to the ground.
No, he's that's not easy on
Are they going to throw him out?
I don't know. There seems to be I don't think so. I think there's some talk there. Cleveland just scored to make it a 2-1 game, bottom of the 6th. But we'll have to wait on the report on is it Steven or David Fry? David Fry. Man.
That was bad.
Okay.
Oh, now he's getting taken off. He's sitting up. That's good.
He's sitting up on a cart, being taken off, and so yeah, at least it's not a stretcher type situation. Scraby.
I just looked it up on Twitter.
It hit him right in the face.
He tries to bunt.
Oh, is that what it was?
He tries to bunt, and then I don't know if it hit off the bat or if it just went right into his face. But one of the pitch wasn't great. But man, that's bad.
All right, looks like he's. I don't want to say he's okay, but at least he's been taken off under
his own power.
Well, not really. He's riding in a cart. He's not going off under his own power.
He got up, though, and he walked to the cart.
All right. We'll keep an eye on that. I forgot what I was saying when I know what I wanted to tell you. I'm flipping around as we're going to go to break here, but of all things, an NHL preseason game popped up on my compuper.
Things I
like,
don't.
has that happened already? I missed the
things
memo.
I do not care about.
I don't either, but I'm shocked that has happened now. All right. Scrappy wants me to give away the tickets, and that's a good idea. Diamondbacks, Padres, 2 tickets to the game Friday night?
Correct.
All right. Here comes the most random question I could ever ask you. For the tickets, first to call in, 833-288-0973. What team won the Stanley Cup last year?
Oh, my.
Ooh, see, I just talked about preseason hockey. What team won the Stanley Cup last year? 833-288-0973. First to answer correctly gets to see Padre baseball Friday night. We'll check traffic while you call in. to Sam Levitt, Padre pregame show. A couple of those scores in the important Major League ball games tonight have changed. Cleveland scores 3 in the bottom of the 6th during the inning in which David Fry was hit by pitch in the face. He was taken off in a cart. Hopefully he's okay. He looked, just by appearances, we don't have the sound up. He looked like he was okay after being down for quite a while. His face was certainly bloodied, and the pitcher Tariq Skubal was distraught, to say the least.
Yeah, and then he had a wild pitch next
and
pitch.
Then contributed to the runs that scored. So Cleveland leads Detroit 3-2. If Cleveland wins, they pull even in the division.
So Fry took one to the face to get Skubal out of the game.
Well, I don't know that he'd look at it that way, but yeah. The other two that we're keeping a little closer eye on here, Mets and Reds are both tied for the lead in the NL wild card. Arizona's 1 game back. So these two scores are good news for Arizona because the Reds are losing 4-2 in the 6th. The Mets are getting ripped bad in Chicago, 5-1 in the 3rd. Cubs. Mets, the first 2 runs came in courtesy of the wandering exploits in right field of Juan Soto. You'll see the play later, and you'll know what I mean. All right, so
wandering exploits.
Well, didn't he look like he was just kind of wandering around looking for the ball?
He did one of those things,
right?
where
And then it just landed over his head, and you're like, okay.
Turny.
And you look at it and you're like, okay, my little league kid did that last week, and he's not quite making $70 million.
You know what? It makes me really appreciate how good these guys are, because when they do make a play that's not good, it's like so out of place.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Well, look, I'm not a Soto fan, so this was
I do know that.
a moment for me to rejoice. Sorry, Met fans, you wanted him, you got him.
I don't know how many actually wanted him, but I mean, for the price tag, you're getting paid $700 million. I mean,
a couple of other quick things. In the history of baseball, only one guy has had 4. I beg your pardon. 2 guys have had 4 seasons of 50 home runs or more. 4 different seasons. Both guys are tainted, though, quite a bit.
Barry Bonds and A-Rod.
No, you missed it, actually, on both counts.
Wow.
The 2 guys are Sammy Sosa and Mark McGwire.
Those were my next guesses.
They would have been your next guesses. Barry Bonds only had 1 50 home run season.
That is true.
It was the year he hit 73. He never had more than 50 in any other season, believe it or not.
I got to say, that's pretty wild.
That is wild. A-Rod had 3 of them. There's another guy who has 3, and that's Aaron Judge. He's going for 4 tonight. He's got 49, sitting on 49 at the moment. So that's another milestone to keep an eye on here. And they just put the odds up from Vegas right now for AL MVP. And apparently it's running dead heat.
Yes. The dumper
Cal
has
Raleigh
to
or
win.
Aaron Judge. I told you I'd go for Raleigh because of the defense. I just think catching a staff and doing what he's, also doing at the plate, he deserves it. But Aaron Judge's OPS and WAR and all those things are off the charts. So we'll see who ends up winning that AL MVP down the road at some point. Scraby, I got fantasy football. We're gonna finish here.
Okay.
3 weeks into the season, who you got top scoring quarterback so far
in fantasy football?
Fantasy football points. Who's the number 1 quarterback scorer?
I would have to say Lamar Jackson.
He is. Number 2, no surprise,
Josh Allen.
Number 3, pretty surprising, Caleb Williams.
Okay. Can I
Number 4, more surprising,
Mac Jones?
Daniel Jones, not Mac Jones. Daniel Jones is 4th.
The whole thing with Caleb
I know
Williams,
it's early in the season, but it's just fun to look at some of that sometimes.
This is what I hate about fantasy sports, is that Caleb Williams has not had a game like that his entire career. And of course, I'm going to be playing against Caleb Williams the time that he has his career game. It's annoying.
Well, he's up to he's 3rd most scoring. Daniel Jones is off to a great start. I think he gets his first test, Daniel Jones, this week against the Rams.
Yes.
In L.A. So far, Daniel Jones has drawn 3. Well, Denver's a pretty good team.
Yeah.
He beat them. So
with the help of a penalty.
Yeah, but it doesn't change the fact that Daniel Jones, has been playing well. All right, top running back so far. I don't think you get this.
Oh, man.
I don't think you get this. Number 1 running back so far.
Hold on.
Surprised me.
Is it?
He's up there. Is it number 1?
Is it David Montgomery?
It's Jonathan Taylor.
Oh, I did know that.
He's number 1. Number 2.
I'm not good at the running backs. Not Travis Hunter.
No, your guy.
Christian McCaffrey?
Christian McCaffrey, number 2. And then 2 of my guys, Scrabe. James Cook, Bijan Robinson, 3-4. No wonder I'm off to a good start with those guys. Jahmyr Gibbs is right behind them at 5th. Not really any major shockers there.
No.
All right, let's go to wide receiver. Who you got on top through 3 weeks? Most points fantasy. Wide receiver. I don't think you get this either.
None of my wide receivers.
But this guy's already caught 29 passes this year in 3 games.
Is it Puka?
Yeah. Puka's on pace for 170 receptions. I don't know what the record is, but that would be pretty close.
He keeps getting better. I don't understand how he just
has no
so
touchdowns.
good.
No touchdowns yet. Amon-Ra is 2nd. A guy that we've all been waiting for is 3rd. Roma Dunze. And 4th place, throwing this out there because he's on most waiver wires right now, Trey Tucker of the Raiders.
I was going to say, who?
Yeah, Trey Tucker's 4th in point scoring fantasy.
You know what was crazy?
He's got 4 touchdowns. Trey Tucker does already this year.
Are you going to go to the tight ends?
Sure. We'll go to tight ends. I hadn't gone there, but let's go there.
No, because tight ends, like none of the big named guys are at the top.
Totally. Jake Ferguson.
Yep.
Number 1. Jawan Johnson of the Saints, number 2. Hunter Henry of the New England, 3rd.
And then Brock Bowers is like 8th.
Brock Bowers is off to a slow start. And anyway, it's early. Those all come around, but it's fun to me sometimes to check some of the early trends in the fantasy world.
I like that too.
I do. All right.
I'm 2-1. You're 3-0.
Tony's 3-0.
Tony's 3-0.
Here's the thing: the secret sauce for Tony, and he'll never admit it, but he can't. He has to wear this. The fact of the matter is that when your team plays Tony in fantasy football, nobody ever scores.
Yeah,
it's uncanny because we all know that as fantasy football, you play no defense. You can't stop the other team. Somehow Tony's able to do it.
Tony is year after year, like,
it's so crazy.
I don't want to say this because then it gets back to him and he's like, you talking trash, Scrape? But he usually ends up bottom half in points scored and bottom half in points against.
No, he did bottom half in points scored, number 1 in points against.
Which
nobody
is a
scores
good thing.
anything against him.
It's very strange.
And then he's doing that again so far this year. All right, I'm kind of stretching because I don't want to open a new topic here with 1 minute left in the show.
Can we talk about boxes again?
Sure. Let's end with that. If you missed the end of the Big Five, go back and listen, and you can listen to the hoarder over here.
I keep my boxes so that when I need to transport my items, I have a box for it.
Yeah, I know why you do it. I just don't think you should be doing it. I mean, all hoarders have an excuse for why they keep stuff. It doesn't mean it's right.
I'm not disagreeing.
All
My
right.
friend texted me and said, okay, so
you're
going to get rid of those boxes, huh?
Time to do it.
So no!
Time to part with them, Scrape.
I will not!
Xander's back in the lineup tonight, but Manny and Merrill and Crony and just about everybody else has the night off as the Padres will take on the Brewers. Sam Levitt pregame next. Scraby and I after the game tomorrow. We'll see you then.